halfway through the year, he said, oh, look, his dad is the president of the local footy club up there. And he said, I've spoken with Dad, and the travel on a weekend, it's good, but I reckon I've got 1 year of it, so I want to play here next year. And that was it. And there's a like most of these clubs, like there's a group of young blokes who go to uni at Deakin, and he just met them and decided to train, and he hangs around. He's good. He's very tiny. I asked him, he's quite funny actually. I asked him on Thursday night, so Paddy, you're pretty tough at the footy. Why is it that people have the perception that the short blokes are tougher than the big blokes? And he goes, because I've always been short. Those blokes were once my height. They've grown, and they've sort of forgotten about it. He goes, that's my answer. I said, yeah, I'll take that.
I do note that he had 19 senior games last year. He's just straight out of Talent League from Bendigo. Right. In the best 13 times.
Oh, way.
Yeah, well, add 15 to that, because he's been in our best players both games without doubt.
He's got some talent, the kid, so we'll see how he goes today.
Yeah, it'd be good for him. We're going to start him in the middle. He hasn't started in the middle yet. So we'll put him in there and see where he goes. Joey's got some talent in there and some big bodies. So we'll see how he goes. Ryan Bell, ex-South Barwon player, now plays for Lara. He decided he'd sit him on his backside last week, which was an interesting tactic. But we moved on. I gave him some feedback and gave Dev some feedback. And
just on constructive feedback.
It was direct and clear, and they can unwrap it any way they like.
It's a gift. You know that? It's a gift. Tom Bartlett's debuting. I know Kirsch touched on him, but I've seen some Model Warrior hoodies here because that's his home community club. That's where he started his footy journey, but playing GFNL with you guys. But a nice ceremony with a South Barwon great who has a strong connection to him presenting his jumper.
Yeah, that's good. Kingy, you're well informed. Good for you. Paul Corrigan came and did the jumper presentation beforehand. So round one we had some debutants, and we're keen to get some people that were a part of South Barwon back and just be a face and that tell their story to the players. So round one, Richard Holtz did it. He's the ex-club president and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Cora came and did it today, and he just without going over the top, he just explained to the players how he ended up at South Barwon, why he, when he gets the opportunity to come back and stay connected, why he takes that up. So he spoke from that point of view. It's really interesting. I found it interesting. And then he did speak about Tom. So Cora coached Tom at the Falcons over the last couple of years and just spoke about what he potentially could see Tom doing, and wished him all the best, and Tom's parents were there, so that sort of stuff is good. I reckon you get to share that.
Neil, we have to let you go because you actually have to be part of the pre-game ceremony that's not too far away from commencing. Your players will be part of that. The lineup of women's footballers and netballers has started. The band has started to play.
I don't think I'm due over there yet. What's going on there? Anyway, it could well have skim-read the...
There's a couple of City Grey Geelong councillors over there. Could you just have a word to them as you walk past?
Excellent.
That'd be good, yes.
Yeah, it'd be good, actually. We're footy and netballs were like, Drew, but obviously footy gets a fair whack of coin, Jason. Poor old netball and basketball playing out of the retrofitted stadiums from 1960.
There we go.
A little bit of work on that.
That's a nice little lead-in, wasn't it?
Nice. I think at least by the end of the week, the roof at the arena's potentially still there, but we'll see how we go.
Good luck this afternoon. Look forward to chatting to you post-game. Thanks for joining us as always.
Stuff. A little bit of chaos and mayhem for you blokes.
I love it. I love it.
What's going on out here? These people just practising their skills. Just watch that ground ball there. Okay. Bye for now.
Bye, Mark. Bye, Mark. Bye, Mark. The coach of the South Barwon Football Netball Club senior men's team, Mark Neal, joining us on Anzac Day. Footy Spotlight, thanks to Rex Garrell Geelong, providing an outstanding motoring experience. Latrobe Terrace, Gordon Avenue and Fine Street. We'll take a break from here at True Oval. I always just can't seem to get my head around when Mark Neal does decide to join us. It's going to always end in, I don't know.
Who knows how it's going to end?
I don't know how it's going to end. Back shortly, thanks to APCO service stations. Oh, hey, very quickly, jump on the KFC X poll. KFC at $4.95 fill up with hot rods. Get in today. Pick up only. But win $5K to spend your way at APCO now. Live, breathe. K-Rock Football.
Get a good night's sleep with Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds. Quality mattresses by Tempur, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker and King Coil by AH Beard. With major savings. Queen size from a low $499. Adjustable bed bases, bed frames, kids' bedroom furniture, bunk beds and storage pieces. Customisable Australian-made bedroom furniture to suit your space and style. Luxurious pillows, quilt covers, sheet sets and more. Get behind the cats this season with your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds.
The heart and soul of Warn Ponds is the ponds. Enjoy a quality meal, grab a drink and relax. Choose from indoor or outdoor dining. Kick back in the all-new beer garden with our massive new big screen. Or catch up with mates in the sports bar. There's the cafe and bottle shop too, and a playroom for the kids.
The ponds.
The ponds.
Love the ponds.
At the Homemaker Centre, Warn Ponds. View the menu at warnpondshotel.com.au.
Are you planning to give your home a makeover? Look no further than Barwon Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. At Barwon Timber, we bring nature's beauty into your home. Transform your space with the timeless elegance of timber flooring. We now also offer carpet supply and install. At Barwon Timber, our experts are ready to assist you. We're open until 6 p.m. weekdays and midday Saturdays. Visit our showroom at 50 Fellmongers Road, Breakwater, or barwontimber.com.au.
If your garden needs some TLC, South Point Garden Supplies can help. Home of the largest range of garden and building products on the Surf Coast. This autumn, put some effort in to transform your garden and add some value to your property with a garden makeover. Get your garden ready with veggie mix, soils and mulch, delivered to commercial and residential projects throughout Geelong, the Surf Coast and inner city Melbourne. Or bring your own trailer. South Point Garden Supplies, behind Bunnings, off the Surf Coast Highway, Torquay. southpt.com.au.
Metricon gives you freedom to get more of what you really want in a brand new home. More space, more light, and all at a price you can afford. Like the family favourite 4-bedroom Amira 20 with Kingston facade from $223,900. Yes, under 224 grand. But hurry, first 40 buyers only. Search Metricon Homes today. Conditions apply. Exclude site costs. Geelong Build Region. CDBU 52967.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, ABCO. Fueled by ABCO Cafe 24/7.
Oh, footy spotlight. Thanks to Rex Gorell providing an outstanding motoring experience. We're back here at Drew Oval.
Hey mate, I tried changing it. Yeah, it's just the band.
last week. We spoke to Ronnie Pilgrim on Beyond the Boundary yesterday, which is always a great chat to have with Ronnie Pilgrim. What he doesn't know about local football, you could write on the back of a postage stamp.
Yes, great man, the Ronald Dale Pilgrim. He could play a game and he can coach.
And once again, another good former local footballer out on the ground. Well, and I also see Jamie McIntyre as well.
See Red and Daniel Lovick.
No. He wasn't a good local footballer.
He was a great local footballer. He loved days like today too.
If there was a local football Hall of Fame, he would be direct entry once qualification
100%
was met.
100% he would.
Why don't we have one?
A local football Hall of Fame, because the history of local football in Geelong is so poorly recorded.
Well, I think that's a project, Tom. I've seen your office. You've got plenty of history in that office.
It doesn't go back far enough.
Yeah, but I reckon you could ferret around, and there'd be a few people around town who could help you with that.
There is. The Geelong Sports Museum is not too far from opening. Yep. That might be something that we can have a chat to the people at the Sports Museum about. Potentially, they'll probably have revolving displays and stuff like that, where there's a bit of local footy history gets incorporated down the track. But we do local footy history poorly here. Yep. Very poorly.
7 times Lovick's played on the...
The confused Albie. So thank you to Chook for having a chat to us. It's obviously devastating, but he put it in perspective. They've got a younger one, Odie, young boy, that's spent some time in the Royal Children's, and he goes, me doing a knee compared to what I've seen at RCH. Very much puts it into perspective.
100% it does.
The Anzac ceremony is taking place. All the dignitaries are there at the moment, and the two teams are lined up. Just having a look, big Dylan Sharp's got the ice on the hamstring from the reserve grade clash. Hopefully nothing too serious for him, but he's not alone. There's ice packs are plenty for those reserve grade players from St Joseph's. South Barwon having a win both in the under-18s and the reserves. South's under-18s, as Neildy touched on, very much a bottom age team last year, coming through through together as a top ager, and so far South and Leopold have been the two good-looking under-18 teams in the GFNL.
In St Joseph's under-18's defence, 8 of them played in the school game against St Pat's yesterday.
How did Joey's go against St Pat's yesterday?
Lost by 16 points.
Okay, so there goes their ACC hopes straight up.
Correct.
And there goes their Herald Sun Shield hopes probably with them.
Yeah, so
unfortunately.
I actually went and had a look for a half, and they controlled the game and just got overrun.
All
So
right. Before, when did they play at St Pat's today?
they did.
You're working hard yesterday, were we, Matthew?
I was making sure it was community.
Out in the community.
Yeah, with a bar in it. It's fully stocked, might I add, Jace.
Right.
Yes.
Watch Kirsch come back and coach at Joey's.
It's a locked door, so the players can't get in there from the gym. But
So for St John of God, which Humphrey are we keeping an eye on?
Austin.
In the number 18.
Yep.
So we just keep an eye on his quad to see whether he can get through the contest this afternoon. There might be a decision to make there for the Joey's coaching staff on how they use him. He just watch him come away from the group. He's going into the forward group, but not moving overly well at this stage. So players in position. Birchie's in position as well down boundary side. Birchie, down to you. Just came to you a bit early. You might have been off cans, but just an idea of the crowd, that massive crowds assembled here at Drew Oval. We'll get down to Birchie in a moment. And Birchie just sorting out clipboards and microphones and all sorts of different paraphernalia down there.
how's this for a half-back line? Buckley, Webb, Alex Hickey.
It's fair. Got us now, Birchie?
I do. Sorry, having a few audio issues.
You're hearing us all right?
Yeah, I am now.
Very good. You got a tip, Birchie?
It's a really tough one because we haven't really seen them against, no disrespect to the other teams, to some quality opposition, but I'm going to go with South Barwon.
By how much?
17.
Laurie Hill? South Barwon by 5 goals, 30 points. Jace?
Swans by 3 points.
South to break the run of outs on Anzac Day. They'll win by 11 points this afternoon. Players are in position. We're in position on KRockFootball.live. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you're listening, right around Geelong and the Surf Coast and across Australia and the world through KRockFootball.live. Ben Callett and Ollie Northam to go head-to-head in the ruck. That's a good Wombat Gully Plant Farm match-up this afternoon. Last year's grand finalists versus the emerging St Joseph's. It's Anzac Day, and you're on KRockFootball.live. First quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman. Here's Jace.
Callett gets it down for South Barwon. The first ruck contest. He wraps up his opponent, Ollie Northam, who finished up with the football and hands it back.
Sam James just grabbed at his left shoulder for St John of God. Keep an eye on that, Birchie.
Did too, and he's in the contest now with Antonak, who's over the top of it. Callett, though, rips it out. Northam puts the tackle on him. The ball spills free. Still in the middle. Madigan over the top of it. He gives it to James. He's going to be testing that shoulder now because he's wrapped up in a double team tackle, and it's still in there, and he gets up. And next to James Gow, the umpire will have a third. Ball up in the middle. Northam gets it down this time. Madigan again tries to ride the tackle. Was that a sling tackle? The umpire said no. James Hickey with the tackle, and the umpire will come in. And we are still in the middle of Drew Oval. Kingy's going to try and get us out of there. We've been playing a minute in the first term.
Umpires this afternoon, Henry Buckley, Errol Burns and Liam Clark. I think Buckley and Burns did the St Mary's Leopold game last week. Gow might have been held without the footy. Bumped by Owen, got Noble off the ball. It's going to be a free kick coming back maybe. You know, advantage Payton. South Barwon, as Joey's have gone inside forward 50. Lewis on the goal line. Was he able to soccer it through? No. It's a rush behind. First score of the afternoon belongs to St Joey's. They lead by 1 on the first quarter. K-Rock, Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Pond scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
Into the back pocket. Short little kick, the Swans. They go across the face of goal. Driver takes the mark. And he goes towards the high performance centre on the outer side. He can't find a target. Needs some somebody. St Joey's have got the numbers. Hickey, handball inboard. Northam off a standing start. Gives it away by hand as well. Now they Joey's just scramble a football inside 50. Mullen comes across. Doesn't sit for him. De Grande falls into his arms. Back to the top of the square. It was a good kick. Oh, no mark taken. Ball spills free. Lewis in the goal square. Did he get wrapped up high? The umpire said no. And he will come in and ball it up 10 metres out from the St Joey's goal.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups. Kirsch picked up anything early?
Yeah, O'Dwyer's got the job on Fort, Webb on Burke, Buckley, Noble, McComb has the big job on Caldo.
Tap down from behind Morrison, a handball out of the pack taken by Callett. He gave a quick handball, but straight to De Grande. De Grande on his non-preferred left, a high floating left footer. That's a wonderful finish from the K-Rock MVP. De Grande with a left foot snap. Well, if you think his ball drop on the right boot is less than attractive, the left foot snap, well, that was quite impressive. 1-1-7 St Joseph's, they get the good start on the opening quarter. Harvey Norman, Corio on Warn Pond scoreboard. South Barwon yet to score. Here's Matty Kershaw for the Sporting Globe.
Well, we spoke about before the game or pre-game the head-to-head and how important each sort of key forward's going to be. And De Grande was involved in a couple of plays then, and most importantly, they kept the ball locked inside forward 50 so they can get a couple of opportunities to re-score, and that's what they did. They've won the first 2 clearances and a goal from stoppage already.
So back in the middle. Callett gets it down. Rove, though, by Hickey, who runs away. Gets a kick under pressure from Callett, who put half a tackle on. Spills free. It's at half forward for St Joey's. Tackle on. And it was a good tackle. Was it Gow? Oh, no. High, said the umpire.
No, they're holding the ball.
Holding the ball,
Yeah.
yep, that's good. So Gow put a good tackle on there. Centre half forward for the home side. Lewis gives him a lead. He's got Humphrey deep. He goes towards the pocket. No mark taken over the back of the pack. The ball. It was Tom Pearce who couldn't take the mark for South Barwon. It's through his hands and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in about 30 around from the St Joey's goal.
Ethan Boris has got the job on Hunter Lewis.
Left forward pocket. Cemetery end in this opening quarter. Ball hurled back into play. Callett front position one, the tap down. Lewis the roving though for St Joseph's. Taken high by Madigan, was he? No. Umpire says I'll ball it up. About 35 out from the St Joseph's goal. Umpire just making sure he's got his ruckman, Morrison and Callett. Maybe Morrison winning the tap. Lewis got his hands on it. Quick handball feed. Buckley stepped through traffic but had his kick smothered for St Joey's. Rolling ball numbers. Here's Al Hickey, the skipper, throwing it on his left boot. Top of the goal, squared. Fly came from De Grandy. It's off hands and rolls through. Does it for a behind? No. Kept alive. Quick snap. No, it was out of bounds. Or a throw actually paid. In fact, flying for the mark was Joel Edwards, who comes back from a stint at North Shore. And a free kick for South Barwon in the right back pocket at the northern or cemetery end of the ground. Rowan Goff will wait for the footy to come back and we'll bring it back into play for South Barwon.
With Fraser Fort starting forward, they've allowed Goff to roll back behind the ball again.
K-Rock zone, gets it towards half back. Goff with a kick, big pack there off the side of the pack. Buckley gave it away by hand and it goes into the arms of Luke Webb. He kicks around the corner, but South Barwon in front, and there is K-Rock zone again. Goff, he wants to switch the play. Oh, dangerous, just over the head of Mullen, but they've got broken free. Driver's handball might be okay. Goes to Kelly. He goes short and they've got the ball moving through half back now. Right foot kick up the centre towards Ford, who comes out. The Matheson Mendelis can't take the mark, needs some support. Still in the middle of the ground, Northam. He had it and lost it, got it back and tried to give it out towards Antonak. Gets wrapped up too high, I think. Free kick. Joey's in the middle of Drew Oval. They play on quickly.
Antonak in the number 8 this year as opposed to the number 1. Then he'll drive it long after stepping around an oncoming tackler. Sends it to the goal square off the hands of De Grandy. Ball spills out in the tackle. Goff cleaned up. Handball. And they'll clear towards half back towards Giray. Ball will sit on its point and stay in the field of play. Giray shrugs off Webb. Fires a handball over the top wanting Urquhart. Had to genuflect for the footy and that gave McComb time to come in and lay a tackle, but he was a bit too high in assistance with Felix Henderson. And it'll be a free kick to Urquhart, who's got it. Right half back. Western side of the ground. Walker Oval side of the ground.
There's no movement from their forwards.
Sends it long, wanting Cal doing a one-on-one. Buckley worked him under the footy. Webb couldn't complete the mark for St Joseph's. Ball at ground level, locked up, not coming out. Umpire says, give it to me, right in front of our best seats in the house. Thanks to APCO service stations. Win 5K to spend your way at APCO now. We, on the Barwon Foods time clock, have gone 6 minutes.
So Northam, Callett gets it down with the left hand. Kelly runs past for South Barwon, picks it up too. Kick around the corner, inside forward 50 for the first time. It falls to Broughton, gets a kick to the top of the square. Fort can't get there in front of Joel O'Dwyer, who takes the mark, wants to switch the play, goes to the outer side. It's a good kick as well and finds Leonard. Will it sit for him? It does. He goes from half back, scrambling sort of kick towards centre wing. Moving up there, Goff comes across, reads it the better for South Barwon. Oh, close. Gets around, bit of candy, does nicely. Kick back in board, chopped off though. And the mark's taken by Gow at right half forward for Joey's.
Back after a season at Koroit. Gow driving it long, inside forward 50. Flying Morrison couldn't mark. Back of the pack, Pearce. Tapped down nicely by Goff. Clearing kick might have been Driver, and he finds Boris, who marks next to the boundary line. Under the scoreboard that says St Joey's for Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds 117. Leading South yet to score. 7 minutes played. Opening term here on KRockFootball.live. Boris a driving kick towards the outer wing. Callett front of the pack. Hamlin Hanger contender. Stood tall in front of 5. Then turns and kicks quickly wanting Broughton. Webb positioned himself. Couldn't mark. Broughton off the front of the pack. Just hacks it forward. A rolling ball. Gets to the top of the square. Fort can just soccer it off the ground and get South first. He does. Made the goal umpire work, but from the top of the goal square, Fort goals and gets South Barwon's first on Anzac Day. Good movement of the footy. It was a great grab on the outer side by Callett, and he quickly got it forward. Broughton won the one-on-one with Webb and gets the goal. 117 St Joey. South Barwon 1 straight 6, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Here's Matty Kershaw.
Yeah, look, I mean, he won the one-on-one, but that's Luke Webb's one-wood, isn't it? The intercept mark when the ball comes sort of in the air. He's got his opponent beat in the air, and then he drops the mark, and Broughton gets that ball rolling forward. Fort didn't defend. Jolo Dwyer actually ran up the ground to try and defend that ball and help out, and Fort just stayed where he was out the back and got the easiest of goals.
Back to the middle. Callett and Northam. Northam gets it down. Rove to the middle by Harry Smith. Don't argue. Got it away to Northam. He gets it further afield. They go now the outside of the right foot. Hickey goes inside 50. Coming out at pace. Lewis can wheel on that left. Short little kick. Great work. Great work found James Hickey, who came from the middle. He got the ball inside 50, followed up, and now has taken the mark and will shoot from 50 out. Slide angle at the northern end of the ground.
How good's James Hickey been?
Yeah, his follow-up, his transition work was really good then to be an option inside the forward 50. Just a shallow option because you don't want to get too deep inside the forward 50 in front of your big marking targets.
Quick reply, forcing Joey's possibly through James Hickey. Right foot kick now. Cemetery end. Goal umpire really doesn't have to move too much. She comes back to the middle and says that's all clear. So James Hickey puts his first on the board. The second for St Joey's. They go to 2-1-13. They lead South Barwon 1 straight 6. K-Rock Harvey Norman. K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Started in the middle again though, Jason. Around the stoppages, they're absolutely smacking South Barwon at the moment. 5 clearances to 1, but more importantly, 7 inside 50s to 2. And that's 2 goals from a stoppage. So they're absolutely just smacking them around the ball at the moment. Getting their first hands on it, getting it inside their forwards to have that first look at it.
Opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. Umpire puts it up in the middle for Callett and Northern to go again. Northern got high. Won the tap down rolling ball. Attacked by O'Neill for South Barwon. Just a fit of the fumbles at the wrong time. Then took possession before being ripped down in the tackle by Harry Smith. And we'll get a ball up. Harry Smith usually in the number 34, but wearing the 11 this afternoon in these specially designed jumpers for Anzac Day. Callett won the tap down. Here's O'Neill again. Head over it. He's brought down in a tackle by Northam. Gee, it was a sort of WWE arrangement laid there by Northam. Both get to their feet, and the umpire says, I'm happy to hurl this one into the air again at left half forward. Joey's in attack, leading by 7. Tap down Northam. Ball at ground level. James maybe got a push in the back. Umpire said play on. Kelly was fighting for it. He's been good early. Jams it on the boot now after finding the footy. Webb was there playing goalkeeper for St Joey's. Just a couple of attempts to pick it up, but did so successfully in the end. Jammed it on the left boot. Went looking for our Mullen. Couldn't find him. Off the hands of the pack at the front was De Grande. Ball out of bounds in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion. We'll get a boundary throw in. The flags fluttering the Australian New Zealand flags proudly. And coming directly out of the west, so that breeze maybe across the ground slightly favouring the northern end.
So throw in left half forward. St Joey's into attack. Northam. Callett gets it down with the right fist. Rove though by Tanner Owen. Handball over the top. Mullen had to come at it. Tried to take it out of the pack. And he tried to get the handball away also to Harry Smith. He couldn't find him, and it's going to be another boundary throw in. Bit more work for the boundary umpire to do in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion on the left half forward flank for Joey's. They're 2-1-13. They're leading South Barwon 1 straight 6. Early stages this first term Anzac Day. Clash between the Swans and the Joeys. It comes to Northern from the ruck contest. It's over the shoulder, said the umpire, was it? Which way is he going? He's pointing, yeah, Harry Smith got one, I think, at the front of the contest high, and he's going to take the free kick at left half forward, about 50 from goal.
Smith, the left foot up, sends it across the face of goal, and he hit De Grande with the most perfect of passes. Put it to advantage side and hit him on the chest, and the K-Rock MVP from 2023 has started this one well. He's got one already, a chance for his second and an early 13-point lead. Harry Smith could not have delivered that any more on a plate than what he did there for Paddy De Grande.
Absolutely, and sometimes the concern with that kick is that you might kick it a little bit too fat side and give the defenders an opportunity to defend it, but they had numbers out there. Even Max McLaughlin, I think it was the one coming in as an option frontal. They just had numbers.
The most exotic ball drop in the competition belongs to Paddy De Grande. That looks actually like he's maybe slightly adjusted for 2024. Looks a little bit more textbook, and he's threaded it from about 35 out just right of centre and kicks his second, St Joseph's third, and they get out to a 13-point buffer in this opening term. K-Rock, Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds first quarter scoreboard. St Joseph's 3-1-19. South Barwon, Waite Street 6, and Paddy De Grande early running Anzac Day style with a couple of goals.
Yeah,
he looks like he might have been to the Matt Kershaw kicking school over the summer.
I tell you what he has been to. He's continued his form from last year. That's what he has done. He is in stellar form at the minute, and the way they're getting the ball into their forward 50 as well. Nice and quick, hardly giving the defenders an opportunity to defend it.
Morrison in the ruck for St Joey's this time against Callett, but Callett gets it down. James with a fresh air shot, dropped the footy. Hickey, oh, look at him in there. Callett, though, went back and helped out. Now through the middle, handball came from O'Neill. James gets it towards half forward. Oh, Keldu was great on the half volley. They got it free. Comes towards forward 50. Kick around the corner. Broughton. Oh, great trap. Right foot kick. Open goal square. It's going to land in the goal square. 2-on-1 for St Joey's. O'Dwyer sees it through for a rush behind to the Swans. So they go to 1-1-7. They trail St Joey's 3-1-19. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Jack Buckley with the red bandana and the orange boots. Can't miss him. Goes short into the left back pocket and finds his skipper in Al Hickey for St Joseph's. He goes back over the top to Buckley with a nicely weighted handball. He fires a handball to Knights. Knights has got it at left half back. He fires a handball forward and now a chance to go through Felix Henderson inside 50. Lewis has got out the back. Couldn't take the mark. Ball knocked to ground. It'll roll towards the boundary line. Potentially out, although kept alive. De Grande. Lewis to the goal square through the arms of Northam. He had to lay a tackle. Chance here to clean up. And out of defence comes Huggins. First time we've called him this afternoon. Ball will bounce just inside the field of play and out for South Barwon at left half back boundary throw in. What about the build up on this near side wing? The risk they were willing to take with the handball to keep the ball moving, Kirsch, for the Sporting Globe.
Absolutely, Kingy. You hit the nail on the head there with the overlap run. They were just running for each other, creating space for each other, and they gave the ball in within three handballs and a kick inside forward 50.
From the ruck contest, he tried to get it away, did. Handball came from Leonard to Morrison. Oscar gets it inside forward 50, about 10 out from goal. Huggins, handball over the top to nobody in particular. Set a bit of a task, but it was okay. Shepherd clearing kick, open centre wing position, out of bounds on the full. He's kicked it into the pavilion, Nelly. Free kick coming back. Felix Henderson at left centre wing, goes inside. Oh, good mark. Pearce was in front. Hunter Lewis is about 12 inches shorter than him and was able to read it the better and pluck the mark and will shoot for goal from 35 metres out, well, a bit worse than a 45-degree angle. And with his left boot, it's going to be a good kick from here, but he is a very skillful player.
Oh, he's talented. This could, I'm going to say the goal umpire won't move, Jace.
Oh, okay. Early call from Kirsch. Hunter Lewis comes in. Left foot kick, and she has moved a long way to the left-hand side and through for one behind. Yeah, that's always the way it happens.
Absolutely.
3-2-20, St Joey's. They lead at South Bar 1-1-7. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Kick in marked by Madigan. Madigan will want to swing onto that familiar left boot for South Barwon, goes short and finds his skipper, although his skipper dropped the mark in. Keldu had to fight for it, try to get it back to Madigan. There's going to be a free kick. His advantage going to be paid. Is it going back the other way? It's going back to Madigan. And he's got it at half back. Madigan short to James. And the midfielder's got it for South Barwon. Fires it back to Madigan, who provided the from behind run. Now sends a kick to a one-on-one. Broughton and Knights. Knights played it pretty well. Worked Broughton under the footy, then knocked it towards the boundary line. Didn't get it out though. Broughton tried to knock it to his own advantage. Weighted numbers tells. Al Hickey gives a handball off. Clearing kick comes from Angus Humphrey towards the outer wing. Bounces in front of Edwards, who gives a handball off. Dumped as he kicked and sending it to De Grande, who marked. Dumped as he kicked might have been Tanner Owen, it was. De Grande quickly turns and kicks. It's out of the reach of his teammate in McLaughlin, and it's out of bounds, off hands for a boundary throw in at right half forward. They are just beating them on the outside at the moment, Kirsch.
They are. It's funny you say that. They're sort of beating them at the clearances and all stoppages, and then they're absolutely smacking them on the outside with their overlap run as well.
So a boundary throw in. Right half forward for St Joey's. Morrison in front. Gets it down. Rove though by Madigan. Goes with a clearing kick towards centre wing. Fort stood over the top of it. Soccer kicked it back inside towards the centre pitch area. Comes back Henderson. Oh, wide, very wide kick. Saw something out of the corner of his eye. It was Austin Humphrey who tested that quad. He seems to be okay.
Moving okay.
He's moving all right because he had to move a long way. Now he goes with a right foot kick inside 50. Ball there, front, McLaughlin, front and centre, where you need to be, Max McLaughlin.
Wow.
And that was fantastic play off the front of the pack, and he kicks his first. Great ball movement again from St Joey's. And they go to 4-2-26. They lead South Barwon 1-1-7. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
It was almost on cue then, Kingy, when you mentioned about how well they're doing on the outside and getting him in that area. Felix Henderson held his width. The South Barwon player actually came into the contest. Ball pops out to Felix Henderson. Henderson, and then they play that out, or the grandstand side, and get the ball inside forward 50 with some quick movement. But Max McLaughlin, that's where you want to be. Jace is a small forward, front and centre.
That's why he's kicked 9 goals for the season now.
Absolutely, he has.
Back in the middle, Callett and Morrison. Tapped to himself by Gow, and then quickly snaps a left foot kick around the corner. Went looking for a marking target, and Mullen, who couldn't hang on to it, front of the pack. There's going to be a free kick paid to Giray, I reckon. He was taken high. Just looking at that Huggins, doesn't he remind you of Ollie Lee a little bit with that blonde hair?
Yeah.
I sort of looked up and gone, there's a little bit of Ollie Lee to him. Giray kicks to Caldo. It's a 3-on-1, and there's going to be a free kick too high going which way? Umpire has pointed a free kick to St Joseph's, so it's coming back to Angus Humphrey. He concedes inside defensive 50 to Buckley. Buckley goes back almost to the top of his defensive goal square. Oh, nice. Dropped an absolute sitter, but he did well to recover against Fort and give a handball to Owen inside defensive 50. A driving ball now to a one-on-one. Mullen was spoiled away from him, but the ball will hit ground level. That spoiled from Stark. He went backwards. Coming up, Lewis picked it up nicely, then jammed it on the boot. Bought 25 metres for his team. De Grande was clean. Handball into the pocket. Here's McLaughlin again. Round the body. Rolling ball has missed to the right. Through for a minor score for Max McLaughlin. 1 goal, 1 for him for this afternoon. The margin is 20. They're making all the running on the K-Rock, Harvey Norman, Corio and Morn Pond scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. Joey's 27, South Barwon 7.
A kick in, out towards half forward for St Joey's. Tanner Owen in front, who started on the bench, came on and on the ball and has had an impact already. He's taken the mark for St Joey's and drives it back inside 50. Humphrey standing by himself. There was 4 South Barwon players there who looked at each other, and Austin Humphrey was just going, well, it's mine. I'll just take the mark uncontested.
There's breakdown in communication, and then there's that.
There's that, yeah. Geez, they're looking a bit vulnerable up back, South Barwon, and that's been their strength in the last season particularly, and we mentioned it before the game, their full ground defence and the way they set up and how organised they look. Today they don't look very organised at all.
So Austin Humphrey, 35 out directly in front, northern end of the ground, no trouble, straight through the middle.
Quad's fine.
Yeah, no problems with that leg, it's okay. He kicks his first and the 5th for St Joey's. They go to 5-3-33, and they've caught a break. South Barwon 1-1-7, Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Jace, it's 14 inside forward 50s to 4. There's the tail, but more importantly, it's 9 clearances to 3. They're just absolutely beating them around the ball, and then they get it to the outside like we mentioned, and they're absolutely killing them with their ball movement. Getting it inside forward 50, their forward line's very dangerous. St Joseph's, they can get you on the ground, they can get you in the air, they can get you front and centre. So they've got some talent up there, and that's why they're 5 goals up at the moment.
Back in the middle, Northam doing the ruck work against an unlikely ruck in Lockie Middleton. Joey's going to come up with it. Northam is wrapped up in a Madigan tackle, but there's going to be a free kick coming back, and it's going to come back to Harry Smith, who's been important in this opening term as his team have built a 26-point lead. Son of the great Diesel Smith. Harry Smith banging it long inside 50 to Grandy's target. He flies against 2 Swans. One of those is Goff. Off the hands of the pack, ball spills. It's going to roll towards the goal line and be knocked through for a behind by the South Barwon defence to make the margin 27. Around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. Drysdale 22, lead Port Arlington 13 at Ron Evans over Leopold Sporties. Your complete family venue, 135 Kensington Road, Leopold.
So the Swans, they bring it back in through Starkey, goes to the outer side. Numbers with South Barwon, if they can get out now, they can. They go towards centre wing with the kick. Sits all right. Boris gets around the corner. No mark taken by Broughton. Caldu comes. The ball spills free. Humphrey was there. McComb over the top of it as well. He needs to try and tap it on. He does. Been to the hairdresser during the week as well. Goes towards the middle. In fact, it's McLaughlin. Has to put the tackle on. Handball came back from Paddy Kelly for South Barwon. He goes back out wide. The kick off the ground came from Tom Burke. And it goes into the arms of Jack Mullen. He gets the kick around the corner towards centre and towards half forward, and it was a little bit of a Tim May there and went out of bounds. Nice little off spinner, and it'll be a boundary throw in on centre wing on the outer side.
A turn more than what Tim May ever turned.
Oh, whack. There you go.
Ball back into play. Callett front position. Northern from behind nearly did his own roving. In fact, he did. Then he was dragged down in the tackle and going nowhere. We'll get a ball up. Middleton and O'Neill conspiring to ensure Northam going nowhere. 34 plays 7, opening quarter action. Hope you're enjoying it on KRockFootball.live. Clearing kick Middleton from the contest. Might have been touched off the boot. Went up the chimney, taken by Henderson, who quickly released Webb. Webb on the cricket pitch area. Sends a kick into the left forward pocket. Long ball wanting Lewis too much on it. Boris tracking Lewis and the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw. A tough ask for Ethan Boris. Playing game number 3 in the red, white and blue after crossing from Grovedale. Played some senior footy with the Tigers. 9 games with Grovedale, of course, the last couple of years with the Geelong Falcons as well, but it's a boundary throw in the left forward pocket at the cemetery end.
Callett, best push off the ball by Morrison, gave it away to Lewis. He's wrapped up straight away. Ball spills free. Still in dispute, coming through. Handball, Edwards. Well, he threw it in the end. The umpire, did he see that? He certainly did.
Umpire Jace saw it.
His right arm, his left arm got caught, and he couldn't do much about that. So Pearce will take the free kick for South Barwon. Goes to Driver in the back pocket. Driver comes back to Goff, so he's in the back pocket.
Still surprised me no one runs past for the handball when Driver has it.
Yes. He kicks now along the line towards half back. It's okay, Driver. It takes a good mark. So he gave the ball to Goff and then worked his way up the ground to Grand. He stands the mark. So left half back for the Swans. Jack Driver's got it. He's looking inside. Not much to kick to there. So he goes down the line to centre wing. Pack there, Caldo goes up, can't take the mark off the back of the pack. Joey's got the numbers. O'Dwyer kick around the corner, close to the boundary line. De Grande keeps it in, tries to get the hands free, drop the footy. Middleton got it away for South Barwon. Now they can move it. Starkey's handball missed a complete target. Goff has to try and help out. He does. He gets through. He gets the handball just under pressure, but St Joey's got the numbers. Webb tries to get free. His handball over the top to McComb on the cricket pitch area in the middle. He gives it to Hickey. Chain of handballs. Now the kick inside, forward 50, punched away. Swans trying to work hard there. McLaughlin at the front again. He wrapped up without the football, really.
Can't do that, can you?
No, I don't think you can. And the umpire agreed with us,
Yes, absolutely.
And there'll be a free kick at centre half forward for McLaughlin.
I tell you, we talk about the clearance work and the outside run of St Joseph's, but their pressure, their overall pressure on the South Barwon ball carrier has been fantastic as well.
So Max McLaughlin, who's kicked 1-1 already this afternoon, a chance for St Joseph's 6th of the first term. He's going to be kicking from about 50, directly in front at the northern end of the ground. No breeze to speak of. He comes in with a right foot, and he needed some breeze to bring that back because he has hung that out to dry on the right-hand side. Right.
Hurricane, Jace.
He did. 1 goal, 2 his personal tally. And St Joseph's go to 5-5-35. They lead South Barwon 1-1-7. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Shaw kick in marked by Madigan. 25 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Selling the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. Starkey marks the short kick of Madigan. Starkey keeps it broadcast side. Goff the target. Also there is Urquhart. Goff couldn't complete the mark. Probably should have. And then his handball is turned over to Al Hickey of St Joey's. He's dragged down in the tackle. Ball not coming out. Umpire circling. No decision yet. Now the umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up. Down to you, Birchie. You're hearing us okay down boundary side. We can't hear you, Birchie, unfortunately. We might have to come back to you at quarter time and see if there's not an issue maybe with your gear. It's out of bounds in the left forward pocket. Northern end of the ground, St Joseph's have been able to advance it forward. Boundary umpire to throw it back into play in front of a good crowd. From behind, Callett winning the tap down. Front of the pack, Gow dragged down. Did he have the footy? Umpire says, quickly give it to me, I'll ball it up. Ball locked under the pack. Umpire was really quick on the whistle there. We'll go again. From behind, Northern winning the tap down, rolling ball, tracked by Geray. Lewis, the other number 13, coming the other way, caught one high. He'll get a free kick trying to get under the Geray tackle. And a shot at goal coming here for Hunter Lewis. Bit of push and shove as well, but Hunter Lewis looks like he hasn't skipped a beat after missing the last third of last season. What he'd done through the first 11 or 12 games of last year was enough to take out last year's GFNL Rookie of the Year. And this year so far, he's kicked 7 goals. Equal leading with Max McLaughlin coming in today. McLaughlin already has 1 to take his season tally to 8. And Lewis, the left footer, from on 50. Long ball, good piece of it. Won't have the carry. It's off hands on the goal line. Hacked by Oscar Morrison. Has a fresh air. He tried to get boot on it. It's off hands and through for a rush behind. Margin is 29. Joey's all over South in this opening quarter. 5-6-36. Plays 1-1-7 opening term action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Starkey kicks it into the outer side for South Barwon. Fort goes up off his hands. Back of the pack. They can't pick it up. O'Neill was there for South Barwon as well. Ball hacked out. Oh, Madigan put the tackle on. Tough tackle, comes back. Owen for St Joey's. Kick, handball over the top towards Hickey. He's ripped off the football. Now O'Neill gives it away. Boris tries to draw a play and gives the handball away, and they go inside the centre of the ground towards Caldu. Takes the mark, plays on quickly. Bit of space and time now to Fraser Duray, who kept his width on centre wing against Henderson. Goes with a right foot kick towards half forward. Webb pushed off the footy by Sam James, Tom King's favourite player, and he goes inside to Broughton, and that's why he loves him.
It was Lockie Noble.
Oh, it's Lockie Noble even.
Thank you for trying to get Sam James.
I was trying to get him in there. And, well, Lockie Noble did a nice job like Sam James. And Johnny Broughton has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 30 metres out, 45 degree angle.
I'm not letting you pump Sam James up when it's not him.
Well, we're trying to get Sam. Has he had a kick yet?
Oh, yeah.
Could be in the twos.
Yeah.
So Broughton comes in. Right foot kick 30 from goal. They need this one. Wow, knew he's going to go off his head at quarter time. Right foot kick. He has absolutely munged that, and he's lucky to actually kick it behind there.
Lucky hit his foot, Jason.
One behind to him, and 1-2-8 South Barwon. They trail St Joey's 5-6-36 Harvey Norman K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Short kick in from Buckley, marked by Webb, who goes short to Angus Humphrey. Handball release. Webb provided the run. Inside defensive 50, drives it towards half forward. Austin Humphrey on a juggle, takes a Hamlin hanger. Good mark, turns and sends a kick inside forward 50. Not the greatest of kicks. Leading the race to the footy was Huggins, although he lost out to Morrison, who gave a handball off. Left foot kick Edwards. Mark dropped there by Antonak. Gave a handball low off to Northam. Northam, a snap around the corner is a good finish. Received the handball. I should say it was from Mullen, but it was a nice finish from Ollie Northam. That's quality from a big bloke to be able to drop it on the boot like that. Good skill. And the margin, this is a blowout. We're out to a 34-point St Joseph's buffer. 6-6-42, playing 1-2-8. K-Rock, Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. First quarter scoreboard as we go down to Birchie, who's boundary side for us this afternoon. South Point Garden Supplies. Birchie, come on in. Can we get you a little bit of better access this time?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Kingy. Very quiet on the injury front, which is good for both teams, but lots of rotations in this first quarter, as would be expected.
Thank you for that, Birchie. Down boundary side for South Point Garden Supplies. Ollie Northern with a cracker on the in the shadows of quarter time.
And don't worry about Austin Humphrey's quad. It looks okay.
No, nothing wrong with it.
It looks all right.
He's had a quarter of his life just
He's
about.
taken a mark at half forward there and just kept things moving. He's going okay.
Tell you what, how's the run from the half back line again? There's no pressure coming from
you can see the difference,
can't
you? You can see the difference. South Barwon are trying to do that, and there's so much pressure around them. Al Hickey, if he tackled the fence, I reckon, if he
100%.
We lost. I think we lost a footy into the cemetery.
No. There was some kids sitting on the ground, so the umpire came over.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Damien McMahon, St Mary speedster.
Yes.
Bucks, as in James Buckley. Can't think that headband looks good. Get him on the interview at quarter time and ask him #outrageous.
Well, the ball from the middle for the Swans. Caldu takes the mark, and he goes inside 50 over the back. Webb comes back, and Broughton, can he go and put some pressure on? He can, and the umpire says throw it in right forward pocket. Swans into attack. Yeah, the boots are bad enough for Jack Buckley, but the headband is just way too far.
James Buckley, his mum won't be happy. I know Mustang Sue's listening this afternoon. Maybe she's calling him James with that headband.
Yeah, he doesn't want to call him Jack.
Yeah. That's not the boy I raised. Ball back into play. Northam winning the tap down to the front of the pack was Caldu, but the clearing kick comes from Webb. Will flirt with the boundary line and beat Driver out and be a boundary throw-in. Good crowd here at Drew Oval this afternoon. Birchie's down amongst it. Plenty of people here taking this one in. 6-6-42 St Joseph, South Barwon 1-2-8. Almost 32 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Umpire to hurl it back into play. Lamal 2, we're calling him. Shallow throw in though. Callett winning the tap down, front of the pack, rolling ball. Mullins there, so is Starkey. There's going to be a free kick for Starkey being held. It may be 50, not paid, as Northam put it on his boot and sent it away. And in the end, that's actually worked out well because it means Joey's can roll some numbers back. And in the end, James Gow actually lucky not to have given away 50 as he ran through the mark coming to the boundary line. Umpire wasn't spotting it because he was busy explaining to Jack Mullen why he'd given away the free kick. Starkey sends a kick into the direction of Fraser Fort. Fort won't get there to mark because Buckley got across in front and on the juggle took the grab. Buckley with it, as it explained to us by Mark Neal pre-game. Fraser Fort won't play every game this year, and that is quarter time. A quarter dominated by the home team, who have dominated Anzac Day for the past decade, and they're well on their way to a 10th consecutive April 25 victory. 6-6-42, playing 1-2-8. Real dominance from the
the width of the ground with their wingers holding their width. They've been brilliant in their ball movement as well. So everything's working for them at the moment. South Barwon need to turn it around and get themselves back into the game by starting to get their hands on the ball around the stoppages and getting the ball moving forward, and a couple of their forwards chiming in.
Matty Kershaw in the experts chair, thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Ryrie Street in Geelong. And of course, all those stats that Kirsch keeps are for our friends at Kerrs Hire, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Some big huddles around both teams in front of a really good crowd here on a cracking afternoon for footy. Not too warm, bit of a cloud overhead, been a bit of sunshine as well. Rain is predicted for a little bit later in the day. Hopefully we'll stay away for the next couple of hours and we get through unharmed by that.
I think it's quarter time at Inverleigh, and I think this is right, but Bannockburn are 1-4-10.
Yep.
And Inverleigh are 8 behinds.
1-4-10 to 8 behinds.
That's what the score is.
That's interesting.
Do they actually know that there's some bigger sticks that you can kick in the middle of them?
Yeah, but there's more options.
There might be 5 rush behinds too. We don't know, but
more options each side.
Well, that's true. You've got double the amount, haven't
Correct,
you? Really,
yeah,
that's right. Correct. So we think it's 1-4-10 to 8 behinds at Inverleigh.
Thank you for that. Birchie is down boundary side. She's had a little bit of a listen to Mark Neeld, and I think he's hoping to get a couple of words out of Neeldy as he breaks away from the pack. It'll be interesting to get his reaction on that opening term, as it is South Barwon 1-2-8, St Joseph's 6-6-42. Birchie's just doing a little
he's running to the bed
through the crowd, trying to avoid Birchie.
Benny Cass has sacked him.
Yeah.
Benny just walked past our broadcast position and delivered a little drive-by. Very quickly down to you, Birchie. You've got Mark Neeld with you, Birchie.
I can. I've got Neeldy here. Nearly, obviously, not the ideal start on term your perspective, but I know you spoke about the forwards and leading with a bit of intent. Did you think there was a bit of intensity lacking there in that first bit?
No. Look, St Joey's have a number of players who zone off across the half-back line, which is good. So they want to defend by getting the ball in their hand. I think with some of our ball movement and some of our leading patterns, that probably played into their style of play, not ours. So we just had a chat about that.
And will you look to make any structural changes in this quarter, or you just wait for the boys to work their way back into it and just see how this second quarter plays out?
Yeah, I think we can make as many structural changes as we like, Birchie, but St Joey's had the ball most of the time, so it doesn't matter. We're going to see if we can touch the ball a little bit more and see how we go.
Good idea. That's a good starting point.
Assistant coach Jane Birch, I love that too.
Well done, Birchie. Birchie down boundary side for South Point Garden Supplies.
It's gold.
And Mark Neeld delivering some of his finest. Just waiting for the crowd to work their way off the ground. And we're not too far away from a resumption of play.
Just let your lovely wife know that if this continues on, she can have tomorrow off. You don't want to be anywhere near him tomorrow.
Second quarter action for Morris Business Class Finance. Morris Business Class Finance, of course, it's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300 for Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance today. Nathan Murray and all the team, great supporters of the Cats, the GD FNL, and of course us here at K-Rock Football. And just waiting for the last remnants of the crowd to make their way off the ground. They've probably got to get some people who are actually sitting on the fence line or under the fence to also make their way off the ground, or they won't commence play. It's not like the old days where people on the boundary line. It's all very much changed, public liability and all that sort of stuff. So here we go, second quarter. Here's Jason Doherty. Joey's lead by 34.
So it's Northam and Callett for their respective teams. It hits Callett in the head really from the first contest. I think there's going to be a free kick to Madigan. Is it coming? No, it's going to be St Joey's free kick actually, and Gow's got it at in the centre of the ground. He's going to play on now, come towards the broadcast side, right foot kick, and in front driver, can't take the mark for South Barwon, falls to Morrison, his handball over the top for St Joey's. Hickey, kick around the corner, Starkey stands in the way, takes the mark at half back, just outside defensive 50 for the Swans. See if they can get their hands on the ball as their coach asked. Oh, he played a bit of candy to himself and they were up to that. Joel Edwards was just standing there, but he got it in the end, and it's gone to Tom Bartlett.
The debutant drives South Barwon towards half forward, looking for O'Neill, but it's a 2-on-1, and O'Dwyer marks comfortably for St Joseph's. They are falling down across half forward as O'Dwyer concedes some ground, and asked a lot there of Angus Humphrey, who marked as Fraser Fort tried to shut him down. He goes into the left back pocket to his skipper Hickey. That's Al Hickey, short to Tanner Owen, and St Joey's have got it in front of the scoreboard that shows them leading by 34. He chips a kick over the top to Morrison. Morrison has it just back of the wing, out of side. He'll drive a kick now towards half forward, flirts with the boundary line, but Austin Humphrey gets there in time and marks on the chest. He's had a good opening quarter and a bit. Now a kick towards centre half forward, mark taken. James Hickey's had a massive start, handball off. Buckley, he sends it to the goal square. Edwards, ball over his head. It's going to be a free kick for a hold, I reckon. Bartlett realised that when he got front position, he turned and grabbed at the jumper of Joel Edwards, and Edwards is going to have a shot on what will be a 40-point lead.
He fessed up a bit too there.
He did.
Yeah, didn't he? Tom Bartlett, he went, oh no, I'm in trouble here.
Well, they've made that move. Bartlett played forward in that first quarter and they've moved him back now behind the ball. But just as Joel Edwards has kicking his ball, Mark Neal spoke in that interview quickly that, you know, the last thing I want to do is kick the ball to the defenders of St Joseph's, and that's exactly what they did there, and I'll tell you why after this. He's kicked this goal.
15 games and 26 goals in a couple of seasons at North Shore. Edwards, 30 out, directly in front, has pushed that across the face and through for a minor score. As soon as it came off the boot, he wasn't happy with it.
As soon as Kirsch said he was going to kick
it, Margin is 35. Edwards got 4 for the season, but he doesn't add to his tally there. Second quarter, K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. St Joseph's 42, South Barwon 8.
Swans kick in. And the Sam James lookalike, Lockie Noble, takes the mark in the back pocket. You like that one, Kirsch, hey? Just roll with me. Go. Noble goes out wide. Callett goes up, can't take the mark. Coming across was Northam. Fort gets his way into the ground. Was that a don't argue? He got rid of the football in the end. Gow put his head over it. Surprise, surprise. He gets wrapped up, gives it away to DeGrande. The umpire said it was over the shoulder. And that's unlike James Gow to put his head over the ball and get a free kick.
Never seen it happen before.
Never seen it happen. Gee whiz.
It'd be rewarding for him to get an easy free ball sometimes, you know, just on the outside.
Do you reckon he could play on the wing one day?
Yeah, correct.
So Gow at right half forward for St Joey's. He's got Morrison on a lead. He's got Paddy DeGrande standing there. He's going to kick towards DeGrande. Austin Humphrey as well. Big pack from the side. Edwards roved. Hunter Lewis pushed off the football. Huggins, he gets it across the face. A goal dangerous. Oh, wow, he showed a lot. But good enough to take the mark, Chris Hughes. And he will drive it outside 50 for the Swans.
He finds a marker, and it's Paddy Kelly, who was really good in the first quarter. A rare Swan to win a lot of the footy. That's a great kick, although just a little bit too much on it. Webb read at best, couldn't mark for St Joey's. And then the kick back inside forward 50. Driver stands under it, coming the other way. Actually spoiling him was his teammate in Pearce. He should have let Driver just fly for the footy and take the mark. Joey's at the front of the pack. Edwards buffeted off it, left it behind. Handball fired out towards Madigan. Tried to ride the bump of Lewis. Lewis did well, then gave him a little bit what for coming back. And we'll get a ball up. Bit going on. Madigan and Lewis, a couple of customers who won't take a backward step. Lewis is into Sam James now as well, and we'll get a ball up about 45 out from the Joey's goal, right in front of our best seats in the house. APCO service stations. Callett the tap down. James and Lewis. James tried to knock it towards Madigan, coming the other way. Bump came from Antonak, and there's going to be a free kick taken high. James, Lewis, they're all into it at the moment in front of a good crowd.
Joey's way, no.
Yeah, no, Antonak's free kick.
Oh, it is, yep.
Madigan.
Taken high. So
yeah, that was an argy-bargy.
Geelong VFL this year. Antonak to the top of the goal square. Austin Humphrey tried to get a fly off 2 feet to DeGrande, and quick snap out of the pack. And it might have been touched on the boot. I think it was Tanner Owen getting it on the boot, was it?
Yeah, it was.
And through for a behind. The margin is 36. And not relenting here, St Joseph. 6-8-44. South Barwon 1-2-8. We've played 5 minutes on the clock. Thanks to Barwon Foods, selling the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
Starkey kicked it in, looking for Caldu, but it was over his head at the back. Handball came from Hickey L. And it goes back to McComb, back to Webb. Running across half back, wants to switch the play. Short little kick is okay. Had a man short, and that was Angus Humphrey. Goes back to the Karate Kid. Buckley goes up the ground towards half forward. Oh, good mark in the middle. And that was from Jack Driver, who does that. Sticky fingers back into the middle. Cricket pitch area. Caldu takes it. Bit more of control here for the Swans. Inside 50. And as soon as I say that, he turns the ball over. And that's no good. Again, St Joey's across half back at this time, though. McComb. Bit of time to pick it up and give it away by hand to Webb.
Who's brought his own footy this afternoon. Kicks wide on the outer wing. That's Owen driving it long inside 50 to Grandy. Flew. Nobody flew with him. Hit the ground running. Ran to 45. Pulled the trigger on the kick. And has missed to the right, through for a minor score. Margin is 37. I hate to say it, but I think this contest is done. 6-9-45 plays 1-2-8. They just can't find a way.
Well, they're not competitive at the moment, particularly when ball goes past their sort of forward half of centre.
So Driver, short little kick in to Madigan. In the back pocket, he chips the ball. Dangerous. Gets to Hughes. Under pressure from Antonak, but he took the mark. Still inside defensive 50. Nothing to kick to really on the move.
There's nothing moving at all.
Yeah, so he goes to 3 St Joey's players. Hickey's one of them. Loses the football though. Can't take the mark one-handed. Ball spills free. Goes back and gets it as you would expect. Gives it to Webb. Close to the boundary line. Nearly handballs it to Neildy. He's right next to him in the South Barwon coach's box. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
He's almost at the stage where he's going to put a jumper on in a minute. Show him how to do it.
Talking about blokes who could still put a jumper on, isn't Ron Watton good, Nick?
Loves it, Ronnie. Oh, he's got a new gym.
Callett won the tap down. He's going to get a free kick. No, he gave away the free kick. And he's going to be taken by Ollie Northam. Gee, the free kick count for Kerrs High would well and truly be in the hands of St Joseph's. That kick there dropped by Shepherd, but time to recover for South Barwon. Neat little right foot kick is okay. Finds a marking target, although the kick of Tom Burke left a bit to be desired. He's turned it over. Owen Buckley, who's been busy, kicked to half forward. Oh, the bounce fell beautifully for Hunter Lewis. Got to 49. Kicked a floater that was touched off the boot. Driver took it and then was taken high. There was no mark. It was touched off the boot. And the tackle was laid quickly by Edwards, but he was a little bit overzealous in laying it. He knew he had to lay it, but made sure Jack Driver earned that, and he's got it at the top of his defensive goal square for South Barwon.
Driver, right foot kick outside 50. Goff tried to push Leonard past the football. Callett was there as well, close to the boundary line. Paddy the Grandy comes in as well, and the Karate Kid. We're going to have a boundary throw in 55 around from the St Joey's goal.
No, Sensei.
No, Sensei. Wax on, wax off.
That's going to stick.
That's going to stick now. So boundary throw in. Bad luck, Mrs. Buckley. Sorry, it's going to sit there for the ball now from the ruck contest. Callett got it down. Now Swans have got the numbers. Can they get it away from centre wing? They go in that position. Handball back to Leonard for St Joey's. Gives it away by hand to Webb, who's kicked it nearly to us in the commentary box. And Shepherd takes the mark at defensive 50 for the Swans. Wants to play on quickly. Where's he going? He drives it, drills it. No mark taken though, and that was through the hands of Burke. Back the other way, Karate Kid gets it in, and Antonak takes the mark. 50 from goal. Slide angle. Lots of movement forward 50, but he's going to go back. He is a good kick for goal, Webby. Luke Webb ran right past, and it was like he actually had given up his firstborn, the way he didn't get the ball.
Well, he's actually renowned for that, isn't he? Like, Webby can kick a goal on the run.
Loves it.
Sneaky from half back.
So Louis better kick the goal now.
He better now.
Yeah.
He had a few on too. Don't worry about that inside forward 50.
52 out. Kicking the goal. We'll know about it straight away too, because he loves the celebration. He comes in, right foot kick. I'm watching him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And I'm watching him. And he was pretty happy about it too. Louis Antonak kicks his first. And the 7th for St Joey's, 7-9-51. They lead South Barwon 1-2-8. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300 Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance.
Well, they've continued on their merry way at 7 inside forward 50s to 1, Jason. That one was defensively marked. And what they're doing is they're just playing straight up and down the lines at the moment. They're not taking the ball off the line, South Barwon. They're not challenging the defence of St Joseph's, and they're basically just kicking it back to them. Intercept marks a bit through the roof today.
Fraser Fort's moved up to a wing for Wombat Gully Plant Farm in the middle. Northern went early. Callett didn't, won the tap into the path of James, although coming the other way, McLaughlin worried him out of it. Ball spills into the path of Ford. He received a handball there from Middleton, but the kick around the corner was poor. Marked by Al Hickey, gave it to Buckley. Buckley's been outstanding this afternoon. He gives it off by hand. Now Knights on the left foot, kicks it like his old man, who was also a left footer, Matthew, and he hits McLaughlin on the chest. McLaughlin with it. I know Matthew will be listening this afternoon as the Eagles prepare for action this weekend. I hope you're enjoying the call, Matty, through carrickfootball.live. McLaughlin pulls a kick into the left forward pocket. Oscar Morrison or DeGrandy. Neither could mark. Ball at ground level. DeGrandy dived on it. Driver dived on him. Not coming out. Umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up. About 30 out. Make it 35 from the St Joseph's goal.
Birchie just keep an eye on Chris Hughes is coming off the ground now. He was down there a long time behind the play, so we'll keep an eye on him for St John of God.
We put you first, Myer Street in Geelong. Tapped down by Callett, roving by Middleton. Tried to get a handball to James. He put his head over it. It had it knocked from his grasp. He's going to get a free kick, though. I reckon Sammy James, for being held without it, it'll come back to the diminutive South Barwon.
No, it's Middleton.
No, in fact, Middleton, who isn't moving freely, but he gets back behind the mark. Middleton, short to James. So James is going to end up with a foot. He didn't go 15 though, so he has to kick on his non-preferred left for the middle of Drew Oval. Well-weighted ball, back with the flight. Kelly, did he play on? Well, if he didn't, it's 50. Umpires can get back behind your mark, Paddy Kelly, who's been a rare winner for South in this opening half. He goes short, and the mark taken by Boris, who's got it. On the centre wicket area, Ethan Boris, the former Falcon, he goes short. Kick with belly went 15, but Middleton's got it. Fires it off by hand. Bit of run here. James, long driving ball. Fought his target. Fought, couldn't mark. And then when he did find it at ground level, a little left foot dribbler went through for a minor score. And the margin is 42. So their first score since quarter time. They're 1-2-8 South Barwon, but they trail St Joseph 7-9-51, 11 3/4 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Ralph Macchio kicks it in from full-back, gives it to Webb. So Luke Webb, who has got his own name on the footy today, short little kick, goes back to Sensei. He takes the mark. Jack Buckley. More colours than the Olympic rings he's got today. It's unbelievable. He goes back to Webb. They're just waxing lyrical. He's in the goal square, takes a bounce, as Luke Webb does. Just wheels it around the boundary line and over the head of Jack Leonard. Fraser fought there as well. And I think the colloquial term for that is they've buggered that up and it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
I think Jack was wanting it out the back, and Webb's, well, he wanted it out the back. The ball went there. Jack didn't.
You can bugger it up when you're 42 points up too. Yeah. Boundary throw-in. Callett front position, maybe Northam from behind. Front of the pack, Shepherd went straight into a Northam tackle, brought to ground. Jimmy Allen would be liking that.
So he's got his haircut too, Ollie. I like that. It's good. He was carrying an extra 3 or 4 kilos with his hair last year.
Tidied himself up. Callett maybe from behind winning the tap. Jammed on the boot by Owen to half-back. Fort and Leonard both fly. Neither could mark. Front of the pack is that Shepherd again, who's been omnipresent. He's taking a tackle and he's holding the ball against Austin Shepherd. That's really tough. And Mullen with the resultant free kick. Well, when things are going your way, they're going your way. And when they're not, they're certainly not. Mullen sends it looking for Edwards on a lead. Couldn't mark. Knocked away by Driver. Ground level. Gow couldn't take it. Fighting for it and flicking it up. Huggins somehow found its way to Driver. Driver, a neat little right foot kick. Barely the 15, but taken by James. James sends a kick to just outside defensive 50 mark, taken by Noble. He'll go with a bounce. Half-back, he's got it outer side of the ground for the Swans. Driving it now towards the scoreboard. It's not a great kick. Too much on it for Kelly O'Neill, and he'll see it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Right underneath the scoreboard, that for K-Rock and Morris Business Class Finance, it's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300 for Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance. See St Joey's 51 leading South Barwon 9. Kelly O'Neill plays game 100 next week against Colac.
So boundary throw in. K-Rock's own Sean Higgins here too. I see down the other end of the ground, just having a nice little look. Ball from the ruck contest. Over the top to Sam James. Right foot kick into the pocket. Punched away defensively by Knights. Now it's Noble. Handball. Missed the target. Boris comes back. His handball to Shepherd off a step. Left foot kick. Across the face of goal. And up there. Oh, Leonard going back. That's a Hamlin hanger. Great work by Jack Leonard, who took the mark and gives it away by hand to Morrison, who runs through half back. Goes to centre wing with a kick. It's a 2-on-2. Edwards tried to play Goff off the man. Didn't take the mark. He needed some support. Swans with the numbers. Boris back inside 50, but again chopped off, and Knights takes the mark for St Joey's.
Handball had too much on it though for Al Hickey, coming the other way, taken by Geray. Geray's handball found Broughton. Broughton with an open shot at goal has threaded it. They needed that. Just as I was about to say, Zach Knights is having a really good afternoon. Just too much pepper on the handball for his skipper Al Hickey, and South Barwon pounced, and Broughton is going to gobble those up as he kicks his 8th of the season, coming off 4 last week against Lara. He kicks the Swans 2nd of the afternoon on the K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. It's asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300 for Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance. The margin back to 36 points as South Barwon go to 2-3-15, I should say, playing 7-9-51 second quarter action here at Drew Oval, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, Eat, Drink, Sport, Rory Street, Geelong. Here's Matty Kershaw.
Yeah, it's a goal from turnover, but look, at least they've got that defensive mark. They were set up well. It was just a poor skill execution.
Swans back into attack. It was Madigan who got it away to Callett, who kicked it to within about 10 metres of goal, and then in the end Knights was able to tap it through for a rush behind to the Swans. So good transition of play there by South Barwon, and they kick in to Humphrey for St Joey's was okay. He gave the hand away to Webb. Runs past as usual. His kick, though, was smothered at half forward for South Barwon. Good pressure. And then Webb comes in to put the tackle on. And James will give the ball back to the umpire. We'll have a ball up at left half forward.
Just between the edge of the centre square and the top of the 50-metre mark. Callett winning the tap down into the space that Ford occupied. Ford under pressure. McLaughlin got a left foot kick away. Mark not completed, but at front of the pack. Chance here for the Swans. Bartlett on the left boot. Has missed everything. Put it out of bounds on the full. The debutant from Mottawarri. And we'll have a free kick in the right back pocket for St Joey's. So just a slight momentum shift, but they need to make it pay through the next 10 or so minutes. Maybe jag 2 or 3 goals and have some momentum going into the main break, the Swans.
Well, they've won the last 2 clearances and the last 3 inside forward 50, so they're getting repeat wins. They're just small wins, but that's what you need to get yourself back in the game.
Angus Humphrey short into his defensive goal square to Webb. Webb wants to open up the non-broadcast side of the ground. Went through the hands of Dwyer, but he recovered best. Found it at ground level and fired a handball forward to McLaughlin. McLaughlin can share it over the top with McComb. McComb can go inboard back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin, though, fumbled it. Chance for Boris to clean up. McLaughlin drags him to ground, and we'll get a ball up just forward of the wing, out of side. St Joseph's in attack and leading by 35. Second quarter action here at Drew Oval. We're here for APCO service stations. Win 5K to spend your way at APCO now.
From the ruck contest, comes to the back, through the middle. Callett, he wrapped up by McLaughlin and Gow.
St John of God, Birchie, any update on Chris Hughes that you're able to find out?
Not at this point in time, but he has spent a significant amount of time on the bench. But some concerns for their midfield. Sam James is very sore with that left shoulder, and Doyle Madigan was getting a bit of work done too. So some concerns for their mids.
That was a shoulder he hurt in the first contest of the match.
Now ball back inside for the Swans. They move it towards the pocket. O'Neill goes out wide looking for Noble. So they'd move the ball from centre wing to half forward through some good play, but then O'Neill's kick inside 50 unfortunately didn't hit a target. We're going to have a boundary throw in right forward pocket, northern end of the ground for South Barwon. As Kirsch said, a number of repeat entries. They need to put another score on the board. They might now. Noble breaks free from the contest. Was that holding the ball? Then in the end it was, and it'll come back. Tried to break the tackle, and I think McComb will take the free kick in the last line of defence for St Joey's. We've played nearly 19 minutes in this second term.
If Buckley's the Karate Kid, McComb Slim Shady.
Yes, absolutely.
Will a real Slim Shady please stand up? There's Buckley with it in the left back pocket. Went to go across the face of goal and then went short to Slim Shady. Slim Shady can give it back to Buckley if he so desires. So, not sure when the next Marshall Mathers LP will be out, but a long ball from McComb to the wing off the hands of De Grande. Front of the pack, McLaughlin was clean. Wonderful release for De Grande. De Grande a kick into space. Northam stuck out the one mid and took a Hamlin hanger contender at half forward. Wants to play on. Gives it off to a runner going past in Antonak. He was slung in the tackle. Rather, it was Mullen. Gave it to Morrison. Morrison steps, snaps and misses to the near side through for a behind. Minor score. They would have liked that just against the run of play for the moment that South Barwon has dominated. Margin though 36, 7, 10, 52, plays 2, 4, 16. As Fort marked the kick in but had it smothered.
Did, and it's across centre half forward for St Joey's. That push in the back is holding the ball. One or the other, it's holding the ball. So Fort will take the free kick. Hickey will get up. Give it back to the Matheson medalist who will look for the handball to Shepherd, but was Humphrey was right next to him. So he switches the play across defensive 50. Mark taken by Kelly, goes to the outer side centre wing position. It was good. Duray took the mark.
They're missing Mulroney.
They are.
He's out with COVID.
Yep.
So back in board is okay to Boris.
Just the depth we were talking about earlier, Kingy, just that extra number running through.
Boris now tries to get it towards half forward. It's okay. Mark taken by Urquhart. He goes 60 from goal, top of the square, punched away through the middle. Oh, Hughes back on the ground, couldn't pick it up. Handball back up on the up to Madigan off a step. Oh, that's a great kick. Webb. Oh, it's hit the post. It just moved away at the end. It was goal umpire wasn't moving, and it just moved away at the end and through for one behind. So they go to 2-5, 17 now. South Barwon. They trail St Joey's 7-10-52. Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Webb with the kick-in duties. Right back pocket, he drives it to half back Northam. His target driver, though, as he does best, takes a mark. He went to play on. He's been called to play on now, and now he's kicked a floater inside forward 50 over the head of O'Neill. Webb will track it to the boundary line. Happy to see it out. No, kept it alive with the other 22 Noble. In the end, it does go out in the left forward pocket. South attacks the cemetery end. 21 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. Try their freshly shucked oysters. Outstanding.
So Morrison up against Urquhart in the ruck contest. Webb wrapped up straight away. In fact, it's not Webb, it is O'Dwyer. Hands the ball back to the umpire. So deep in the Swans attacking zone. Morrison got it down. Kick off the ground. Comes to the back handball. Humphrey over the top looking for the Karate Kid. He couldn't keep it in, out of bounds. And just a bit of a lull in play in the left forward pocket for the Swans. They need a couple of quick ones before half time. So another opportunity now. Northam has worked his way back down there for St Joey's and takes it out of the ruck contest and gets a clearing kick. No, free kick found. And it's going to go to South Barwon.
Yeah, too high was the decision, I think, in the ruck contest. I think it might be Ford's free kick.
No, I think, was it Ford or Urquhart? Oh, it might be Ford.
And a 50-metre penalty.
And Fiddy as well.
No, it's not Ford.
It's Urquhart. Yeah, he was in the ruck contest. Zach Urquhart. So barring the basically collapse of his legs, he's going to kick the goal. Imagine if he missed it after I just said that. He's on the goal line, kicking to the cemetery. He does, kicks it through. So here's first of the afternoon. And the much needed third for South Barwon. They go to 3-5-23. They trail St Joey 7-10-52 Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock's second quarter scoreboard in the expert chair thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Kirsch.
Well, they are enjoying a bit of time in forward half as well, which is really important because they get to maintain the ball. They get to maintain a little bit of pressure back on St Joseph's. But what they did to get the ball inside their forward half, they maintained possession from their back half. They shifted the ball off the line. They just slowed things down and they didn't kick it long to the defenders. So a little bit better play, a little more thoughtful play.
Back in the middle, chance here for St Joseph's, dribbling it on the boot with James Hickey, but to half back it's cleaned up. James got involved after receiving it from Driver. Kelly, Hughes, Driver, all by hand to Madigan. Madigan a floater towards left half forward at the feet of Kelly O'Neill. Webb worked him off the footy. O'Neill kept his feet though, but in the end the boundary line run out and the ball's out of play for a boundary throw-in in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion. Well occupied this afternoon. There was a great luncheon prior to the pre-game ceremony with the local dignitaries. And we'll get a boundary throw-in for Northam. And Middleton to do the ruck work. Middleton from behind maybe winning the tap down. James Hickey at the front of the pack for St Joseph's. He's beset upon and we'll get another ball up at left half forward. South needing to jag one more. If they can be within 4 goals at half time, they can just slowly creep their way back into this contest. Northern the tap down, roving by Hughes, jammed it on the boot as he snapped it around the corner to a one on Broughton against Knights as marked. Hamlin Hanger contender from Broughton. Knights was wearing him like a cheap suit. And Broughton was able to hang onto it on the chest and a chance to go back and kick his first of the afternoon and pull the margin back to 23 points. Kirsch in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe.
Well, they're just getting at the stoppages now, so they're +2 in the stoppages this quarter. And for scores from stoppages, this is going to be their 3rd score from the last 3 stoppages.
This will actually be for Broughton's 2nd of the afternoon from 20 metres out, left of centre. Oh, he's made a hash of it.
Yes.
He has missed a very gettable opportunity and the margin is 28. 3-6-24 now South Barwon on the second quarter. K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. St Joseph 7-10-52 as the ball comes back from the cemetery. We can tell you that Morris Business Class Finance is asset lending the way it should be. Call 1300 4 Morris to upgrade to Business Class Finance. Just as Business Class revolutionised air travel, Morris Business Class is poised to elevate the lending experience for business finance to new levels.
I think somebody has got a new Sharon for school tomorrow because it's not coming back.
Smart.
Yeah, $140 point.
Yep, they ran away with it and that's it. So I think they ran through the cemetery. So that's a good way of, it's a good
And last spot heading down Minerva Road.
Yeah, perfect. Well done.
Down to you, Birchie.
Oh, just from the St Joseph's perspective, Al Hickey has spent a significant amount of time on the bench too. He was lying on his front and they were doing some work on his hamstrings, it appeared. So he's up standing now, so we'll just keep an eye on that.
South Point Garden Supplies and the Karate Kid, Jack Buckley, to bring the ball back into play.
Yes, Mr Miyagi. Where's he going? He's going to come broadcast side. He just trots out and tries to torp it towards centre wing. They had the numbers, the Joeys, but they can't pick it up now. De Grande got a clearing kick into the middle. They're running. McLaughlin takes a bounce, 60 from goal. Over the back, they got it out. 2 kicks, they're in the forward line. Morrison, Huggins comes at him, keeps his feet. Humphrey comes at him, bang! The ball's in the goal square, and then it's off foot of Starkey and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Geez, the transition was pretty good there, Kirsch.
It was a little set play, that one, I think, Jace. If you could see the numbers at the aerial contest and then the fall of the ball, they were off to the races.
Ball back into play, right forward pocket. Joey's in attack. Morrison winning the tap down, but straight into the waiting arms of Boris of South Barwon. Sends a ball wide to a one-on-one foot race. O'Neill set up okay for him, but Knights is wearing him like a glove. Knights laid a really good tackle, brought him to ground. Ball up. Good win from the youngster, Zach Knights, in that contest against Kelly O'Neill, the experienced 99 gamer, and just gets a stoppage for his team and allows them to reset just 4 to the wing out of side. Ball from the ball up was allowed to hit the ground. Antonak, a handball. A chance now for McLaughlin, although getting in the way was Hughes. Hughes then taken to ground. Big tackle. McLaughlin involved along with Paddy de Grande, and we'll get a ball up. What do you got your eye on there, Jace?
Kirsch just picked Blair Huggins. Might have a bit of a groin problem.
Grabbed at it twice.
Grabbed at it twice. Yeah. Deep back. For South Barwon.
Keep an eye on that, Birchie for St John of God. There's a free kick from the ruck contest, and it's going to go to Callett. And yes, Blair Huggins, one of the newcomers this year, joining the club from Strathmore in the Calder Cannons. Not moving well as South looks to go into attack.
Ball on centre wing, in dispute. And Buckley comes across and puts the tackle on with that headband. And it's Kelly O'Neill. I hand the ball back to the umpire. So centre wing on the outer side. Callett, Northam, created some space. De Grande got a kick, long way from goal towards 50. Punched away by Humphrey, did well. Needs to get it away though by hand, he does. Gets it back. Harry Smith over the top. Antonak had to sit and wait a little bit. 50 from goal. Puts it out towards Huggins. He's surrounded by St Joey's players. Leonard Huggins, he did pretty well though defensively. He just wants to safety the boundary line. He's done very nicely. And he sounds like he could be a character out of Home and Away, Blair Huggins. That's an amazing name.
He's got the Summer Bay hairdo too.
He's got the Summer Bay
It's
hairdo.
Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, jeez.
So we've got Bold and the Beautiful, we've got the Karate Kid, we've got Slim Shady.
Yeah, we're going well today.
Ball back into play. Callett to do the ruck work with Edwards. Callett from behind. James flying through left it behind, but Kelly was there to give a handball. Drivers kick one up the chimney. Good mark back with the flight. Buckley's having some sort of afternoon. Very much in contention for the Anzac Day medal as we approach half-time. 60 from goal. Just sets it up to the run of Humphrey. Edwards off 2 feet. Jumps Starkey for South Barwon a handball. The driver had no intention of reeling in. He was happy to see it roll out of bounds for a boundary throw-in in the right forward pocket. Joey's by 28. 28 and 3/4 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Hope you're enjoying the call as much as we are bringing it to you through KRockFootball.live. Ball back into play. A shallow throw in. Callett won the tap down. Kelly's over it. Driver as well. Driver taken an interesting tackle by Hunter Lewis. Umpire says it's all fair. I'll ball it up. About 25 out from goal. Gee, South would hate to concede one here, Kirsch.
Absolutely. And St Joseph's need one, you feel?
Callett, Morrison out of the ruck contest, had it and lost it in the tackle. Fort comes across, puts the tackle on as well. And, well, in the end, I think he and Hunter Lewis were just fighting with each other, really. The ball spilled free.
And they were 2 different weight divisions. One was super heavyweight and the other was flyweight.
They forgot there was a footy involved.
So right forward pocket for St Joey's. Ruck contest goes in the arms of Edwards. He's wrapped up straight away. He's not going anywhere. The umpire will have to come in and do some more work. It's moved out a little bit. It's about 20 from goal. So another ball up. Callett just pushed it over the back, was okay. And Lewis puts a tackle on again. Ball still in dispute. Oh,
jeez.
Sam James came in, and that's a little WWE action there. You can see he's ended up with somebody's head over in the middle of his legs.
Louis Antonak, we know he's had some concussion issues over the last 12 months.
So he will take the free kick in the right forward pocket. He gets up. He's about 25 out. He is right in the right forward pocket, and we have the best view, thanks to APCO service stations, of this set shot for goal. He's actually going to be able to nearly touch Kingy as he comes back here. Where would you like him to kick, Kirsch?
What's that breeze doing? It's
right-hand goalpost, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit right shoulder, I'd say.
Just a bit right-hand goalpost, Louis, as you go in, as from the expert commentary team here. Let's see if he follows what you said, Kirsch. He comes in now, right foot kick, and he's... he didn't. He pushed it across the face of goal and through for one behind.
If it had been right-hand goalpost,
yeah, it would have gone there. 1-1, his personal tally.
Don't want to listen, that's fine.
7-11-53. That's the end result. 7-11-53 St Joey's, South Barwon 3-6-24. ball.
Aussie Shepherd with the kick-in duties for South Barwon, sends it towards the outer side. Tough ask out there for Noble, although I reckon on the juggle he might be paid the mark. He played on anyway very quickly and wants to get it moving to the wing, but he's turned it over. Buckley has been like the Great Wall of China, holding everything back, keeping the Rabbits out this afternoon. Runs himself to about 70 from goal, sends it to about 25 out. Driver went up, couldn't mark for South Barwon, front of the pack. There's going to be a free kick. Starkey taken high. Dylan Starkey. It's one of the great names of the GFNL, Dylan Starkey. Just wanted to throw a Starkey in there. He's got it and he's driving it towards a marking target, but it's knocked away from his teammate there in Urquhart. Front of the pack number. Oh, trying to shrug the tackle. Shepherd did got away from Slim Shady McComb. Kick to the wing. Fort played spoiler. Knocked it into the path of Callett, but the ball will roll out of bounds for a boundary throw in. They've got it back, maybe not on their terms, South Barwon, but halving contests and holding up well defensively. They've only conceded the one goal. He's 1 goal 5, but they've kicked 2-4 in this second term. So it's not a case of overhauling the margin in one hit, but just working their way back into the game.
They've had some small wins and they're getting on top in some areas, which is important.
Callett from the ruck contest on centre wing through towards 50, and the umpire will come in. Pack develops Middleton down there for South Barwon.
Well, their pressure's changed too. They're actually playing harder to play against as well.
Northern.
First quarter, they were really easy.
He tapped it down, goes inside 50, and Caldo, he put the hands out in front, and there was no way that Finn McComb was going to touch that. And so a late goal opportunity for South Barwon. We've played 32.5 minutes in this second term, and the Matheson medalist from last year with his teammate Fraser Fort will have a chance for his first of the afternoon, and a badly needed one for his team. The skipper comes in, 30 out directly in front, and I tell you what, he put it out. It was very much a fade from right to left, and he brought it back with no breeze at all. I don't know how he did that, but he did it, and it's through for a goal. So his first of the afternoon. They go to 4-6-30 now. South Barwon, they trail St Joey's 7-11-53. Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Well, he was one that needs to lift, Jace. He's only had the 3 touches and it's his first goal for the day. But, you know, they only need a couple of looks at it, don't they, really, those forwards, particularly someone like him. If you can get it in there quick, you're going to make you pay, and that's exactly what he did. Just.
Kerr's High Stats, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Matty Kershaw in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Back in the middle as we approach half-time on Anzac Day 2024. Tapped down in the middle by Northam. Callett nearly did the roving of Northam's tap, but diving in was Jack Buckley. Caught one high from Madigan, will get a free kick. Started well, Jack Buckley, a bit quieter in this second term. Went to give the handball off to Northam, now gets back off his mark. And we'll look to send Joey's inside forward 50. Sends it in the direction of Edwards. Edwards is his target, one-on-one driver. Judged at best but couldn't complete the mark. Edwards off the hands of the pack. Handball released to Leonard. Leonard just flicked it towards Mullen. Mullen freed the arms, gave a handball off. Gow still being held. Umpire said play on. Madigan, Fort snaps a high ball towards the wing. Webb to sit underneath it. Caldu there as well. McComb with the spoil. Front of the pack, O'Dwyer. A bit going on between Madigan and also Mullen. It's going to come back and be a free kick to Mullen. Birchie, that's happened right in front of you. Down to you very quickly for South Point Garden Supplies. We'll get to Birchie in a moment. Mullen will drive the ball inside forward 50. Won't have enough on it to get to DeGrande. Driver, judging at best, has taken the mark. Played for a 50. That's never going to come. Birchie, you still there with us?
Yeah, I've got you, Kingy.
Did you see that between Mullen and Madigan? We'll get back to Birchie in a moment. Kick to the wing.
Audio issues again.
Yeah, we'll keep working on that. Handball. McComb, Leonard, outside of the right boot, Webb, and got it somehow onto the chest of Mullen. And that is Siren, and Jack Mullen, does he launch a top? No. Well, if he wants the stat, he'll have a shot. So he'll get the stat for this, because if he just kicks it to the umpire, he doesn't get a stat. He's going to load the torp from about 90. He's munged it to about 30 metres out. And that is half-time here. True Oval. We've got a contest now. We thought we didn't have one when the margin got to 43 points at the 9-minute mark, but South have been able to kick 3 goals and get back to within 23 points. 7-11-53 St Joey's, South Barwon 4-6-30. It's half time. That quarter going on 35 minutes on the time clock, thanks to our good friends at Barwon Foods. Birchie's running very, very quickly. Might be looking at a Joey's play. Oscar Morrison is in the sights of Birchie. Birchie, down to you. You've got Oscar Morrison standing beside you for a quick couple of words.
I do have Oscar Morrison here. Your team made a great start today, and you must love it as a big tool down forward when the ball's coming in nice and quickly.
Yeah, it's been good. We've had a good start to the year. I feel like the midfield and us as an entire team, we're gelling quite well. It's been good. We've got obviously myself, Joel Edwards, Paddy DeGrande, and now Aussie Humphrey today as well. So spreads the load a bit, and I feel like, yeah, our goaling spread's been a bit more even so far this year.
And you personally, it's your second year, really in this GFL level, and it seems that you're really comfortable now playing up forward and having people like Maxi McLaughlin and Hunter Lewis at your feet. You've kicked 10 goals and 11 goals between you for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have. We've had a good start to the year, hitting the scoreboard, which has been nice. It's been nice to hit the scoreboard personally as well, and just have a good start. And I've enjoyed being at GFL full time. It's definitely paid dividends.
Well done. Good luck for the second half, Oscar.
Cheers.
Thank you, Birchie, down boundary side. South Point Garden Supplies bringing us Oscar Morrison. He'll have to do the big quick bolt to the Alan Russell Pavilion for half-time. And it's half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made right here in Geelong. Time for us to take a break. We'll go around the grounds very, very shortly as it's St Joey's by 23 points. Game still in the balance. South Barwon fighting back. Back shortly. Live, breathe. K-Rock Footy.
Okay, kids, Grandpa Bruce has got a little adventure planned for us today. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh, what is it, Grandpa? Are we going to the beach?
Oh, it's better than the beach.
What about the playground? Yeah!
Oh, it's even better than that. Girls, you're in for a real treat. Come on, buckle up. We're off to Kerr's Hire.
Oh, not again.
Now, who's your favourite granddad?
Kerr's Hire, North Geelong, Grovedale and Ocean Grove. kerrshire.com.au.
I'm Patrick Dangerfield. I'm Tom Hawkins. I'm Mitch Duncan, and we're all part of the Rex Gorell Dream Team. When you're looking for your next SUV or ute, or your next van or full-size pickup, or your next luxury or sports car, Rex Gorell has you covered. Visit rexgorell.com.au to compare, build your wish list, and choose your next vehicle. Vine Street, Latrobe Terrace, or Gordon Avenue. You'll love being part of the Rex Gorell Dream Team.
LMCT's 1308 8349 6593 486 and 10191.
Are you planning to give your home a makeover? Look no further than Barwon Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. At Barwon Timber, we bring nature's beauty into your home. Transform your space with the timeless elegance of timber flooring. We now also offer carpet supply and install. At Barwon Timber, our experts are ready to assist you. We're open until 6 p.m. weekdays and midday Saturdays. Visit our showroom at 50 Fellmongers Road, Breakwater, or barwontimber.com.au.
Don't panic. Call Steamatic.
Steamatic Geelong introduces mobile laser cleaning services using world-leading technology. This is the future of cleaning and surface preparation using nothing more than the touch of light. Whether it's food manufacturing, injection mould and tool cleaning, or paint and corrosion removal, take advantage of this dustless, non-abrasive, chemical-free technology. Another winning solution from Geelong's cleaning and restoration specialists. Visit steamatic.com.au.
Got your game face on today? You've got more important things on your mind than organising dinner, so order like a boss. Download the Boss Burger app now and get exclusive app-only winning deals. Have you tried the fried chicken, flame grilled ribs, hot dogs or shakes? In fact, it could be time for a Boss Burger now. Geelong West, Wanpons, Leopold and Lara.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Half-time at Drew Oval with St Joseph's on Anzac Day, 7:11:53, leading South Barwon for 6:30. It's half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made right here in Geelong. The Cats back at GMHBA Stadium on Friday, May the 10th. Geelong and Port Adelaide. Now, when you are there at GMHBA Stadium watching the Cats, they're now pouring at GMHBA Stadium, Blackman's. If you're heading to the bar, try your little Pivot City Lager, which I don't mind. I like my Pivot City Lager out of the can in the glass.
We have heard that.
In the frosted glass. Pale Ale or try Pacific Ale or the old Greg Mervyn.
Old Swervin. The old Greg Mervyn.
Geelong and the Surf Coast Breweries for 10 years. Ren and Jess Blackman, a family owned and run with brewery with 3 venues in Grovedale, Torquay and Ocean Grove. Let's have a look around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue. GDFNL Anzac Day out at Moreton Power Oval in Inverleigh and Bannockburn.
Yes, Bannockburn 5-5-35. Lead Inverleigh 1-11-17.
1-11?
1-11-17.
How many behinds has 1A Donahue kicked, potentially?
Well, who knows? But, yeah, they were 8 behinds at quarter time, so they've kicked 1 goal 3 in that second term.
We have a close-ish clash in the third quarter in the BFNL at Ron Evans Oval. Port Arlington 4-4-28, trailing Drysdale 6-7-43. So 15 the margin there. Considering the average margin of the last 4 clashes or 4 Anzac Day clashes between the clubs, I think it's the last 4 games, has been about 140 points. This is a nice turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, it's just competition, isn't it? So that's been good. That's not over yet, so that's good. Good to see.
We go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, of course, your complete family venue, 135 Kensington Road in Leopold. What's happening at the MCG, Jace?
Yes, it's Essendon Collingwood, of course. Anzac Day, 4 straight 24, the Bombers. The Magpies 139.
Injury updates are thanks to St John of God. We put you first. We'll get Birchie on the line shortly. Come on in and jump in, Birchie, if you can hear us. If you can't, we'll get to you very, very shortly. Kirsch, just some key numbers out of the first half for Kerrs Hire. 3 locations, North Geelong, Grovedale and Ocean Grove.
Yeah, I guess the most important stats were the clearances, particularly the way St Joseph's dominated in that first half. But they were +3 South Barwon that quarter to get themselves back to 19-14 down. So it's still a bit of work to do, but they've got themselves back into the game, particularly in that area, and they enjoyed some time in forward half for that. Inside 50s, still sitting at 30-20, but look, they had enough opportunities inside forward 50 to score. St Joseph's, on the other hand, they had enough inside forward 50s as well that quarter and just didn't put them away. They didn't reward themselves on the scoreboard. The marks inside forward 50 have evened up. St Joseph's 7 to South Barwon 5. The important one is here, though, because of the way the game's been played and the way that St Joseph's set up and dominate. Intercept marks, 16 St Joseph's, 6 South Barwon. Towards the back end of that quarter, they stopped kicking to St Joseph's as much, the way they changed the ball and shifted the ball off the angles. So some key stats there that Neildy will probably look at and go, we've got to stop kicking it back to them and we'll give ourselves a chance.
Thank you for that, Kirsch. Those stats thanks to Kerrs Hire, your local hire company since 1982. Birchie for St John of God, what do you got for us injury-wise? You're keeping a close eye on Joey skipper Al Hickey.
Yeah, Al Hickey's the concern there, so we'll just try and find a little bit more information on him because he was off for a significant amount of time and it looked to be the left hamstring that he had taped and all sorts of activation exercises, so that's a big one.
All right, thank you for that, Birchie. Good work by you. St John of God, we put you first. We've just mentioned Simon Bryant from 63 degrees, dropped off the snags and the dimmies a bit earlier, but we've actually just got the little 63 degrees platter that's just made its way here. Now, I know the Bryant family will be listening to this, so hello to Greg and Maureen, great St Joseph's people. Of course, all the boys went through St Joseph's College, and Maureen was a long-time staff member there as well, so great connections to the red, gold and black. But thank you to 63 degrees for their fine fare that they have provided us with this afternoon here as part of the St Joseph's catering. So thank you to the team there. Latest, just keeping an eye on the live stream from out there at Moreton Power Oval.
Yes, it's still 35-17, so it's the start of the third term out at Moreton Power Oval.
Looking an absolute picture too.
It is looking nice out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon David Peel could get some runs out there next summer if it looks that good. Not playing today, Peel. He has hurt the calf again.
Has he?
So that's a bit of a blow. So they're missing David Peel. Michael Best is in the concussion protocol. So a couple of key members of their lineup out of the side this afternoon. Although not part of their premiership team last year, but of course very much thought that they would keep them in a position. If they lose today, they'll be 1-3.
Yeah, and gone for the season. So no, I'm joking.
They were 3-3 last year, remember?
Yeah. What was it, 12 on the trot?
Yeah, 5-4 I think they were, and then went on and won the flag from there.
What comps is? Have a listen to him. What, you don't even know what goes. I'll tell you what, you'll be getting your superannuation out of Inverleigh one day.
There's a couple of there's 3 Falcons listed players playing in that game today.
There is James Hose, Ryan Perkins, and Liam Elsinger.
Oh, well, at least you know that. Dodoro,
yeah, they're good boys. They are good players.
Well, 2 of them have been Perkins and Hose have been playing.
They have, yeah. And Liam will get his chance at some stage, no doubt.
When the APS boys,
they've started. Yeah, they started last weekend.
Yeah,
so.
they did.
We'll keep an eye on that. Half-time, thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made right here in Geelong. It's St Joseph's 7-11-53. South Barwon 4-6-30. We'll take a break. Be back shortly. Live, breathe. Thanks to APCO service stations. K-Rock Footy.
At APCO, we know your time is precious. So download the APCO app to skip the queue and pay for your fuel from the comfort of your car. Love our Jaffles and award-winning coffee? Pre-order through the APCO app. No more waiting in line, just grab and go. Shop the way you want, when you want. Just search APCO app in your app store and start saving time today. APCO Cafe 24/7. We've got you.
Harvey Norman, the home of king-size TVs. Bigger is better. Immerse yourself in the incredible viewing experience of a king-size TV. All the leading brands: Samsung, LG, Sony, Hisense and TCL. Whether it's game day, movie night or a binge weekend, enjoy spectacular clarity and detail with resolutions from 4K to 8K and screen sizes up to a massive 100-inch. Connect more, see more and do more with a king-size TV featuring the very latest in smart technology. See the specialists in king-size TVs at Harvey Norman now. Your locally owned and operated Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Hello, it's Jamie and Aaron from Warback Gully Plan from Geelong. Hey, Fizzy,
Hey, Dad.
Would you stop waving that around?
No, it's my new Geelong Cats flag. I got it last week, Dad. Isn't it pretty?
Well, I guess it is pretty, Aaron. So I suppose while Geelong keep being the greatest team of all, you can keep waving it. Just be careful you don't break any plants.
Will do, Dad. Will do.
So see you soon at Wombat Gully Plan from Geelong.
201 Townsend Road and Woollett.
Just look for Aaron, the flag-waving wombat out the front.
Hamlin Homes, with over 40 years of commitment building homes throughout Geelong and the Surf Coast. Hamlin Homes is family operated, born, raised and living in Geelong and committed to thriving into the future. Committed to building quality, sustainable homes. Committed to supporting you throughout your building journey. Hamlin Homes, built on a commitment to local trades using premium quality materials, including a roof made from Colorbond steel. Hamlin.com.au, CDB-U 52938.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Halftime thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate halftime beer made in Geelong, around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. We're talking about how competitive Port Arlington Drysdale was. Well, Drysdale have just gone whack, 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 and now lead 9-9-63 to 4-4-28. Talking about going whack, whack, whack. What's going on at the MCG for Leopold Sporties?
I've done a Kirsch. Yes, very good. 6 straight, 36, the Bombers. They lead the Magpies 1-3-9 with 6 to play in the first term at the MCG.
They did that a couple of years ago. Do you remember?
Yes, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
Times 6 straight to something. Yeah. Half time it was even, I think.
Well, we'll see what happens up there.
Days.
Keep an eye on that one. And, of course, game tonight, GWS Giants and the Brisbane Lions at Manuka in Canberra. And then, of course, Carrock football from 3 o'clock on Carrock 955, carrockfootball.live, and FM 88 at the MCG, where the Cats and the Blues go head-to-head. 4:35 bounce, 3 o'clock for Carrock footy on air. Looking forward to having a chat. James Raleigh is going to join us, Cats assistant coach, and former Cat, now Blues assistant coach, Tom Lonigan, also going to have a chat to us ahead of that one. Benny's quiz as well, with the $50 Cat Shop voucher up for grabs. Whack 52-232-955 into your phone, and we'll bring you Benny's quiz as well. The least the quiz of least integrity you will not find anywhere.
Yes,
there's no integrity.
Literally cheats his way through the process.
He doesn't cheat. He cheats for people.
That's what I mean. He cheats. He helps people cheat.
He gives them a clue. It's nearly the answer.
Gives them the clue. He gives them the answer. Like, it's not a clue. You should say this. There you go.
Yeah, the initials to this person or the answer is Jason Doherty.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What about the head-to-head? You're keeping an eye on this afternoon. Paddy de Grande, Matty Caldew. De Grande started like a house on fire. Caldew got himself into the game in the second quarter.
Yeah, he did a little bit, and exactly what we said in the broadcast, he needed to, and he can bob up when he gets the opportunities to, and it's the way they changed the style of play, South Barwon. They gave him an opportunity to take a mark or two inside forward 50. At the turn, Paddy de Grande's had the 7 kicks and the 3 handballs. More importantly, he's had the 6 marks, and he's kicked himself 2 goals with 3 inside forward 50s, whereas Matty Caldow's only had the 4 kicks, the 1 handball, 3 marks and the 1 goal. So at the moment, de Grande's got his nose in front the way he's playing and getting himself up the ground and getting involved. But there's another half to go, and we know how important both these players are to their respective sides. So I expect a big half when the game opens up a little bit, and if South Barwon change their style of play, which they did in the back end of that second quarter.
We talked about the breeze in the opening quarter. There is still a breeze here, but I don't think it's having a significant significant impact on the match. That you're able to kick the ball with distance towards the southern end of the ground.
Yeah, 100%. And St Joseph's had 13 inside forward 50s that quarter, Kingy. So if we're saying it's against the breeze, they've done pretty well to get 13 inside forward 50s and give themselves an opportunity to score. Like I said, they didn't reward themselves on the scoreboard, but they had enough ball inside forward 50 to have a look at it.
Thank you for that, Kirsch. Matty Kershaw in the experts chair, thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Rory Street and Geelong Joeys have returned to Drew Oval. Still waiting the return of South Barwon. GD FNL will go around the grounds very, very shortly. What are you just pointing out? They're actually South Barwon Outback. They were just out of my vision here in the van. They were all in the goal square at the southern end, and the way the van is on an angle,
they just popped out.
It's sort of up out of the sprinkler head, Benny Cass style. So,
yes. Inverleigh kicked another goal. 2-11-23 they are now. They trail Bannockburn 6-5-41 out at Moreton Power Oval.
Right, so Ronnie Pilgrim's boys looking for a win there after surprisingly falling to Thompson last week. I think it caught everybody by a little bit of surprise with the injuries that Thompson has had. AFL, what's happening?
Yes, it would nearly be quarter time there. It is Essendon who lead 6 straight 36 to the Magpies 1-4-10. We've got 3.5 to play in the first term at the MCG.
Thank you for that. And don't forget, you can jump on the KFC X at any time. KFC has a $4.90 fill up with hot rods. Get in today, pick up only. You got to love how there's a standalone game and there can be commentary from players from other clubs about the looks of players from Damien McMahon's got Jack Buckley well and truly in the gun.
I look forward to St Joey's playing St Mary's.
Which, of course, is the big freeze.
Correct, that's right.
Sunday, June 2, here at Drew Oval. Emily Mannix has been announced as the first official slider. More announcements to come.
Hang on a minute. First official slider? Yeah. We announced the official slider. Come on.
You didn't announce it. You just threw me under a bus.
It was announced. That's how we do it at K-Rock. So, well, that's good. You and Emily Mannix. That's a good start.
What about Ben Carmichael's suggestion for
James Bruce is going down as well. So that's 3. How many do we need?
I don't know how many are going down.
I reckon we'll tip a couple of other people in. Yeah, I reckon between
Ben Carmichael suggested I go down in a St Leonard's jumper.
I think that was a gold idea. I think that was great. And I've
got to find one.
Felix Randone will have one somewhere.
No, Mario.
Mario Randone, sorry. Mario will have one. He'll have one somewhere.
Hey, Felix.
You like that?
I played under 9. Felix.
Is there anybody you didn't play footy with, Kirsch?
He was a Drysdale boy.
He was.
Yeah, brother. Felix and Mario brothers.
Yeah, Mario, great player.
He was a good player, Felix.
Mario was too.
I don't really remember him. Was he
a bit older?
Bit older, yeah.
Anyway, we digress.
We always do.
Third quarter not too far away, getting underway for the Barwon Timber people. They're good people too. You're specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. Players are in position. Crowd is off the ground, and we're about to get underway with the second half on a game. This is going to finish. I think there might be a 5 in front of the time when this one finishes. We're going to be on air for a while. I reckon we'll be finishing in the dark here this afternoon.
Right. No real changes. Looks like Bartlett, he's only playing this end of the ground, Bartlett, I think. He's happy just to play up here.
Well, he's got Al Hickey's back out there.
Heavily strapped.
Yeah, heavily strapped around the left knee. I don't think he had that on in the first half, did he?
No.
For St John of God, we'll keep an eye on that. Birchie's across the injuries this afternoon down boundary side as the umpire holds the ball aloft for this third quarter of action for Barwon Timber. Here's Jason Doherty on KRockFootball.live.
So it's going to be Ollie Northern for St Joey's up against Ben Callett for South Barwon, who takes it out of the ruck contest after they've both got a hand to it. Goes towards James, or that shoulder. He's in real trouble, Sam James. He got another knock on just there, and he was wincing, and he's really holding it now. So we'll keep an eye on that for St John of God as well. Secondary bounce in the middle. Callett tried to take it out of the ruck contest again. Is he held, said the umpire? Yes, he was. So Ben Callett will take the first free kick of the third term. He gives it by hand, and they go inside 50. Caldu up against McComb. Oh, Ford over the back. Great mark. Went back with the flight of the football, and the Matheson medalist takes the mark and will shoot for goal from 40 outside angle.
Yeah, well, it was. I watched his running pattern then, and he actually worked in well with the forwards, but then at the last second, he just diverted his leading pattern and come inside.
We just see Sam James coming off the ground as well, so Birchie will keep an eye on him as he comes off. He might be in real trouble for the second half for South Barwon. But it's Fraser Ford who's kicked 1-1 this afternoon. This would be a great start for the Swans. He comes in, right foot kick. Has it got the distance? Oh, it's very close. The goal umpire is wondering. Yeah, well, I think the goal umpire was, she had about 12 players in front. The boundary umpire's being called over again. And as you would expect with community sport, there's no...
Obviously, he's given her the ball.
And a goal. I don't know, but it's a goal. So Fraser Ford has kicked his second. And a good start for the Swans. They go to 5-6-36. They trail St Joey's 7-11-53. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Well, the only thing that came out of that was 3 other umpires that said they don't know what happened. So the goal had to stand at the end of the day.
Where's the arc?
Well, goodness gracious me. Anyway, look, great play, great goal, great finish by a great player. Simple as that.
Back in the middle for Northam and Kallett again. It bounces off the head of Northam, but it's going to fall for Harry Smith. But he's brought to ground. Madigan laid a really good tackle, didn't infringe, and we'll get a ball up. Secondary stoppage.
Kingy, I have an update on Al Hickey. I spoke to Ron Watt. He said it's just a bit of nerve impingement in the hamstring, so he's back out there.
Congratulations for being the first person to use impingement on KRockFootball.live. Birchie as Duray got a quick kick forward, but Buckley streaming off half-back for St Joseph's. Drives them long inside 50. Too much on it for de Grande. Goff reading at best marks for South Barwon. Wants to play on quickly. Kelly was good in the first half, the recruit from Nullawil. He gives a handball off. Chance to clear Duray, and he found Hughes right next to the boundary line, and they've worked out of defensive 50 nicely for the moment. Boris is calling for it in the middle of the ground. It will take a really good kick to get there. So Hughes, as the breeze just gets up slightly, goes short and finds Kelly again. Shortest player out there, I suspect, as Kelly goes wanting Duray. The kick held up, I reckon, slightly in that breeze, and the mark taken by Antonak, who wants to play on.
Is it to Buckley, who was a standing start, dropped the footy. O'Neill put the tackle on, comes back to Noble. Left foot kick from the back end of the centre square, wobbly, up the chimney, goes over the back. Who's going to get there first? Urquhart puts some pressure on, but St Joey's have got the numbers. McComb off a step. Right foot kick out to the open spaces on centre wing. It's good too. Finds Smith. Tries to get around one. Fort comes back to help out. Webb's going to get away from him there easily though. Webb, he takes a bounce. He goes inside 50 with the kick. It's okay. Morrison takes it at half forward, looking to play on. He wants to bring it back to the top of the square. Goff to Grandy, off hands Humphrey. He's held on to. Should get a free kick. Played for it and got it. Jack Driver not happy about it, but it was there for a split second and he made sure the umpy saw it.
The thing is, he didn't take clean possession. You know, like it's one of those Tiggy Touchwood. The defender thinks he's going to take clean possession and he didn't, and he made sure the umpires saw it.
If you coach a Ballerine club, can you wear the hoodie of a GFL club when you come?
Yes, I was thinking that before when I saw him.
Who did you see?
The coach of Queenscliff.
Oh, is he?
He's got a St Joey's hoodie on.
Standing with the coach of Ammos, is he? With a Joey's hat on or something?
Next to Higo he was. So Austin Humphrey comes in 30 metres out. Oh wow, well, he's nearly kicked that to Jamo, I tell you. That's that far. He's just brought it in for a behind. And very lucky to actually score in the end. 1-1, 7-12-54. St Joey's, they lead South Barwon 5-6-36. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Starkey's short kick in, marked by another head-banded one in. Doyle Madigan called to play on left back pocket. Sends a kick to the wing. Caldu flew but couldn't mark front of the pack. Buckley, who's been best on ground. Driving ball inside 50. Off the hands of the pack to Grandy. Couldn't mark. Rolls out the back. Lewis tight in the pocket. Snaps on his left boot around the corner. Did it go 15? Morrison was tackled.
29.5, I thought.
Been paid a mark. It has. Jack Driver's arguing. Surely that didn't go 15. And it is paid a mark to Oscar Morrison in the left forward pocket.
Wow. Okay.
So maybe leaving a little bit to be desired there. As he steps out, Morrison snaps, and maybe some poetic justice as he has missed. And the margin is 19. 7-13-55, playing 5-6-36. 5 minutes played on the third quarter Barwon Foods time clock. Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
You feel they've got to kick those goals, Jace, just for the dominance of the game that they've had scoreboard-wise. They're letting themselves down now with a few easy misses.
Yeah, I hope they don't rue those laid
That's
up.
right.
And South Barwon down the middle to Driver. Gives it by hand. Oh, Humphrey came up on Urquhart. He got the handball away. Missed the target, though. Antonak got a couple against him. Puts the tackle on. Ball spills free. Bartlett's handball. Oh, Duray got one as well. Was that okay? The umpire said yes. Still in dispute on centre wing now in front of the St Joey's coach's box. Starkey happy to see it over, and I'll tell you what, there's about 47 blokes in the top of that St Joseph's coach's box up there. There is thousands of people up there watching. A nice vantage point. We're going to have a boundary thrown right in front of that coach's box. It's 7-12-54 St Joey's, South Barwon 5-6-36.
Wonder if there's a load limit for up there from the boundary throw in. Kallett winning the tap down. And it's going to be a free kick going which way? It's going to St Joseph's, and it's going to go to Edwards, who was in that ruck contest, or at the front of that ruck contest. Sends a kick into the left forward pocket to the lead of Morrison, spoiled by Driver, front of the pack. Aussie Humphrey trying to keep it alive, couldn't. In front of the on-ballers, we'll get a boundary throw in the left forward pocket. Northern, or cemetery end of Drew Oval. And it's getting dark here now. 7:12:54, 5:6:36. That scoreboard standing out like a beacon down in Doc's pocket in front of the Joey's High Performance Centre.
So throw in Morrison up against Callett. Morrison in front. Hughes roved it for South Barwon. He's wrapped up straight away and thrown to the ground. The umpire will come in and ball it up about 10 players around and over the ball. Chris Hughes hands the ball back to the umpire. And in the pocket, Morrison gets it down by hand. Rove though by Kelly. South Barwon dangerous across the face of goal. Fort might be able to sit over the top of it and give the handball away, and does. Gets it on the outboard. O'Neill had to sit and wait. Didn't sit for him. Came off his shin. Goes close to the boundary line. He's got Shepherd in support. He can't pick it up. As it gets to Shepherd somehow around McLaughlin. Wheels it back to the with the right foot past Callett. Oh, just got it. Lucky too. And he wants to switch the play. On the open side, centre wing has to be good. And here's for the kick. Duray takes the mark in front of Buckley.
Swings onto his left boot, centre half forward, and finds the leading Hughes. Marks right on the top of the arc, turns and sends a scything ball into the waiting arms of Noble. What a build-up from South Barwon. Shepherd on that outer wing started it, and it finishes in the waiting arms of Noble, and this to pull the margin by our count back to 13 points. Scoreboard here says the margin is 18, but we think it's 7-13 playing 5-6, and this will make it a 2 and a bit goal game. Lockie Noble, 113 goals in his career, playing game 82 this afternoon for South Barwon. Another Mottawari product from 25 out, just right of centre, has missed to the left.
Tapped at it.
Margin is 18, didn't kick through the imaginary line. 5:7:37 plays 7:13:55 in this third quarter of K-Rock football. Thanks to Barwon Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
Webb got it into Knights, and then he goes wide to Al Hickey. So still inside defensive 50 for St Joseph's. Somewhere into the ground he goes with a long kick towards centre wing. Beckpack there. Oh, Driver put the hands up, took the mark. No, umpire said yes, has to be. Can't be 50, took the mark. Fraser Fort was carrying on there. Settle down, Fraser. Taking the mark, Jack Driver. He'll have it on centre wing on the outer side. He chips short to Callett, who's been pretty good this afternoon for South Barwon. He plays on. Oh, Fiddy now ran inside. It was
the man up.
It was Paddy. It was Paddy de Grande who ran over the mark, or ran next to the mark, and so 50 metres, and the big ruckman's going to come down and have a set shot for goal from inside 50.
This is reward for effort for Ben Callett, because I think he's been outstanding this afternoon. He's tried his absolute best. I reckon he's helped keep him in it around the ground.
Yeah. Absolutely, and he's going to have a set shot.
Hirsch, agree.
Oh, he's been terrific. He's a battler, isn't he? There's no fuss about him. He just keeps toiling and toiling and toiling.
So Jack Buckley stands the mark. He is 30 out from goal. Ben Callett's running in from the cemetery nearly. He's a long way back.
He's a ruckman. We'll see where this goes, Jace.
It's going to go straight through. I can smell it. He goes in with a right foot kick, kicks behind. So there you go. That's how it works.
Jason.
They always give you a sniff.
I am going home tonight, and I'm not going to talk about footy for the rest of the evening.
The game on tonight, so you will.
No, I'm not watching that. I can't be bothered. I will. 5:8:38 South Barwon, St Joey, 7:12, 7:13:55, and that's on the Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Webb short kick in, marked by Buckley, who sends a nice, well-weighted kick that's marked by Harry Smith, stretching at the point of the square at left half back. Call to play on now. Smith just dinks a little kick over the top, wanting Knights. It's a big ask, and across the front, Caldu takes a Hamlin hanger contender. Really nice mark from the skipper of the Swans in front of the interchange gates. Caldu can go short and does to Madigan, barely 15, but the mark paid. Madigan swings onto his left boot. Fort his target, and that's a well-weighted kick too, and Fort marks 53 from goal. Webb stands the mark. Fort beckoning somebody to come towards him. Instead sends a high ball to about 25, and he's turned it over. O'Dwyer has touched off the boot according to the umpire. O'Dwyer was a little bit caught unawares, didn't realise that the touch call had been made. And we'll get a ball up about 30 out from the south goal. Callett winning the tap down. Boris, handball back. Madigan from a stationary position. A bounce over the head of Urquhart, tracking it back O'Dwyer, and he handballed it straight out of bounds. He thought he was giving it to Webb. Webb wasn't there. Umpire saw what he was trying to do and has taken a little bit of mercy. No insufficient intent there. We'll get a boundary throw in left forward pocket. Southern or Autumn Street end of Drew Oval.
Throw in. Northam up against Caldu, gets it down to the front. Antonak's kick was beautifully smothered by Boris. Can he keep it in? No, he can't just. He had a bit of a show there too if he was able to keep the ball in, but he couldn't quite do it, Ethan Borison. It was a good smother, so he's kept the pressure on. Another boundary thrown in the left forward pocket for the Swans. Sam James back on the ground as well behind this ruck contest. Northam takes it out of the ruck contest, held up. The umpire said play on, ball spilled free. Now it comes back, kick up the chimney from Urquhart. Leonard comes from the wing, punched away for free kick for and against St Joey's. So coming back with a flight of the football, and a free kick's going to go to Kelly O'Neill. See that, Kirsch?
I did, and I'm still trying to work out what it was for. The umpire
front on contact.
Yeah, they were in a marking contest. You're allowed to go the mark, even if you are frontal. You're allowed to go the mark.
You come from front on and make contact, even if you're playing the footy. They seem to take a dim view on that.
I'm not sure about that one.
So Kelly O'Neill, 40 out, 45-degree angle, right foot kick. He's missed it to the left too. There's a
few opportunities everywhere.
A little bit of breeze there. I don't know. We've seen a few miss the far side here at the southern end. So they go to 5-9-39 now. South Barwon Trail St Joey's 7-13-55. It's on the Barwon Timber K-Rock, a third quarter scoreboard.
Just some patrons in front of us for South Point Garden Supplies. Just feeling maybe some drops. We might be getting some rain. Margin 16, 7-13, plays 5-9. If you're here listening to KRLFootball.live, the scoreboard is wrong. Long kick in, flirted with the boundary line, and out on the full. O'Dwyer's claiming the mark. I reckon it was touched inside.
It was touched, yeah.
And then juggled over. I think touched would have been the better call, but maybe the boundary umpire, better flight than us, that he had a view of. Kick by O'Neill was an absolute floater. Kick out of the defence by Leonard was touched. Snap around the corner from Urquhart. Goal square. Broughton has marked on the chest. Good kick from Urquhart, and Broughton has put it through for a goal. Played on, dribbled it through, and South Barwon, as he kicks his second of the afternoon, are back within 10 points. They're 6-9-45. St Joseph's have stopped to a walk at 7-13-55. That margin was 43 points at the 9-minute mark of the second term, and we thought it was game over, but they haven't kicked a goal since that point through Louis Antonak St Joey's, and that is now 5 straight for the Swans to make this a real ball game on Anzac Day.
Has he just thrown us under the bus with him there? He said we thought it was all gone?
Yeah, basically. he said it was over, didn't he, in the first quarter?
Hands up if you thought it was over.
Oh, yeah, I well and truly thought it was over. But
no, I didn't.
They're back. South Barwon, and we have a game on our hands.
Callett gets it down in the middle again for South Barwon. Goes towards, right on the cricket pitch area. Harry Smith got wrapped up straight away. And Lockie Middleton, I think, put the tackle on.
Well, they need to start winning it back here, Jace. It's 6-2 this quarter. Clearances South Barwon's way.
They've been on top. And Callett's been the one who started it, but this time, handball by Gow towards Leonard. He doesn't go at it hard enough.
He didn't want it.
Handball
That's fair enough. He didn't want it, and they gave away the free kick. You got to go the ball.
He didn't go the ball. He waited for Bartlett to go at it, and then went at Bartlett. So he got the free kick. He goes wide to DeRay. Still on centre wing. South Barwon with all the momentum at the moment in this third term. Caldu gives him half a lead. He goes in that direction. O'Neill as well. Over the back, push. Oh, that's come off Al Hickey. Push, I think, in the back anyway to Humphrey. Al Hickey had taken the mark, but Angus Humphrey is going to take the free kick right in front of the best seats of the house, thanks to APCO service stations. So Humphreys, he's looking to switch the ball, but he's going to have to go down the line now. So he does. High kick towards centre wing. Goff sets himself, punches it away. Middleton handball towards Callett again. Ball McLaughlin. And it will be.
Sammy James has hurt that shoulder again. He landed awkwardly, and now he's got to the point where he's actually favouring it. Keep an eye on that Birchie for St John of God. The ball up. It's allowed to hit the ground between Northam and Callett, so there's a ruck infringement. They're 50-50 ruck infringements. I don't think the umpires even know.
Play.
Just let him go, Jace.
Let him go.
Morrison has got the resultant free kick. They've moved him up onto the footy for the moment. Oscar Morrison sends a kick, looking for the lead of De Grande. Fist from behind Goff, front of the pack, Tanner Rowan, a high ball for St Joey's towards the left forward pocket. It rolls and rolls and rolls and beats Aussie Humphrey out of bounds for a boundary throw-in in the left forward pocket at the northern end. 7:13:55, play 6:9:45, 16 minutes played on the third quarter. Barwon Foods time clock. Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong, KRock Football.live. Thanks to APCO service stations. Jace, win 5K to spend your way at APCO now.
So boundary throw-in, had 20 around from the St Joey's goal. Callett gets to it at the front. Madigan's there, leaves it for Driver. He got the handball out. Well, they thought about short, and then they go a bit longer towards Morrison over the back. Knights takes the mark, plays on centre wing. Wants to switch the play back into the middle. It's a good kick. Henderson had kept his width right on the cricket pitch area. In the middle of Drew Oval. He wants to wheel on that left and go long towards the pocket. Goff got his name written on it. Can't take the mark though. Kick around the corner, Noble. Up the chimney. Which way is it going to go? Owen. He attacked it. Gave it away to Humphrey. Working in the phone box to Grandy off a step. Has missed and through for one behind. 2 goals to his personal tally this afternoon. 7:14:56 St Joey's. They lead South Barwon 6:9:45. Barwon Timber KRock third quarter scoreboard.
Short kick into the left back pocket to Driver. Came from Tom Pearce. Pearce playing just his 4th game, 1 game last year, I think against Newtown, off the Anzac Day break last year. To half back, O'Neill, big fly, but that's not going to be a mark to O'Neill. I think it's going to be a mark to Webb. O'Neill had to go to the spoil. O'Neill's claiming first hands and a 50-metre penalty too. That hurts. So O'Neill's first made the mistake not to spoil, coming third into the pack, and then the 50-metre penalty is going to hurt, and this is going to make the margin 17 points. You would suspect Luke Webb is not going to miss an opportunity here. On his return from Strathfield, say, in the Bendigo League, having a gap year up there. The Tasmanian. Man on the mark, 25 out. Luke Webb makes no mistake, and Joey's kick a much-needed one, and he jumped back out by 17 points. They move to 8:14:62. They lead South Barwon 6:9:45. Webb with his first of the season on the third quarter. KRock Barwon Timber scoreboard. Barwon Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. Visit their showroom at 50 Fellmongers Road, Breakwater, or check out barwontimber.com.au. Here's Matty Kershaw.
Yeah, they're coach killers when you get taught at under 10s to punch from behind, Jace, but then to have a little bit of dissent back at the umpire and give them a chance to go back inside forward 50. That was their 4th inside 50 in a row, St Joseph, so they were peppering. They just had to hit the scoreboard, which they've struggled with in the last, quarter and a half.
Drysdale 109, Port Arlington 28 for Leopold Sporties.
From the middle, Gow for St Joey's. Drives it long. Humphrey comes hard on Driver. He's down 2. We'll keep an eye on that. Goff gets a clearing kick out wide. It's okay. And they take the mark. Dre on half back.
Driver's up.
He just goes back towards Driver. Oh, no, coming in Henderson. Good defensive play. Got a fist to it. Comes back towards Starkey. Goff got it away. Driver recovered and goes out wide looking for Ford, who just stands under it. Takes the mark easily. Plays on. Chips the ball. Dangerous to Noble. It's okay. Handball back to Fort. Good pick up. The Matheson medalist goes towards half forward, but Angus Humphrey stands in the way for St Joey's and takes the mark.
And Fort apologises to Zach Urquhart for the delivery. Humphrey, point of the square, left half back. Concedes inside defensive 50 to Knights, who back with the flight comfortably takes the mark, goes short and finds Tanner Owen. Owen at right half back for St Joseph's. A short kick, the down low is going to be paid a mark. Is it to De Grande or free kick? Take your pick against Driver, and Paddy De Grande on the edge of the centre square on the outer side has it. De Grande sets it up towards a one-on-one, and Webb in front of O'Neill has marked. Just gone forward to the footy for the moment. Webb looking to influence this contest. Plays on with a long effort that's missed to the right. Luke Webb now with 1 goal 1, and the margin is 18 points. Make it 8:15:63, playing 6:9:45. 20 minutes gone in this third quarter on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Kick in from the Swans. Goes to Zach Urquhart at half back. Called to play on now. Goes to centre wing. Big pack there. Off the side to Grandy. Might fall for him. It does, and he gets a clearing kick back to half forward. Open towards McLaughlin. Getting across there first was Callie. Ball spills free, out of bounds. Umpire says throw it in. as a left half forward for St Joey's in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion.
I was just watching Luke Webb's running patterns, and he's really challenging the South Barwon forwards to go with him in the forward half of the ground, and they're sort of in two minds as to what to do. And as we see, he's had the last 3 inside forward 50s and a goal, so they're probably just going to have to man him up.
Essendon 39, Collingwood 27 for Leopold Sporty. Second quarter action at the MCG from the throw-in. Morrison tapped it down to the front to Mullen. He couldn't get a clear handle on it. Driver might have been taken high. The ball was reefed away from him at the side door to Buckley. Buckley tried to get a handball up, but he can't get a handle on it. Worried out of it by Middleton, who did okay. Jammed it on the boot. Rolling ball at centre half back. Northern will be first there for St Joey's. Handball out wide. Finds Antonak. Antonak swings onto his right boot into the right forward pocket. Low ball. Humphrey couldn't complete the mark. That was Aussie. Oh, holding the ball. Tried to do too much. That might be Giray. No, Shepherd, who was dragged down in the tackle. Stepped around one. Tried to step around two. And the tackle laid by Gow, and James Gow. He's got a chance to push this margin back out to 4 goals in as we get into time on in this third quarter.
Yeah, not too many are getting around James Gow when you give him a second chance. And all he do is just get rid of that ball on the first option. He didn't. Try to take him on, got caught.
Man on the mark stands about 35 from goal. Gow will kick from just inside 50 to push this margin to 24. Just stabs at it, but has done enough. Over the goal umpire's hat, he puts it, James Gow. And they're back out to a decent advantage at 24 points. Gow, with his first of the season, is rewarded for a really good tackle, and St Joseph's move on to 9-15-69. They lead at South Barwon 6-9-45. Third quarter action thanks to Barwon Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. Jane Birch, down to you. Boundary side for South Point Garden Supplies. Anything injury-wise that we need to be kept up to date with?
Kingy, obviously just that one to Sam James, that shoulder. I think he's just going to have to tough out the game, which is what he's been doing in bursts, because it's very painful, and he said that from quarter time.
So thanks, Birchie. So John O'God, we put you first. Northam in the middle. Oh, geez, a bit of a round arm too to Chris Hughes, who wrapped him up, and he got paid holding the ball. So Hughes inside 50 Fort over the back of him, coming out towards O'Neill. It's the handball back to Fort off the left foot. Across the face of goal, Caldu going up in the middle. Oh, great mark, Bartlett. Great mark by Tom Bartlett, Hamlin Hanger contender for the youngster who we said a few weeks ago in a practice match took an absolute specky at Anarchy. And he's taken one in there in a big pack. He had a couple against him,
I reckon Jace Boris has got that for Pixel Sports Media. Jace is sitting just down in front of us, and we've got the thumbs up from Jace too.
Good work, Jace.
That'll be in Jace's gems.
Jace's gems. You're happy with yourself, Kingy, aren't you? I like that. Now, he's got to finish the work. He's taken the mark. That's part A. Can he do part B? Comes in. He's 25 out directly in front. He kicks that. He kicks that. Tom Bartlett has kicked his first. So a quick reply for South Barwon. They go to 7-9-51. They trail St Joey's 9-15-69. Barwon Timber K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. That's Barwon Timber.
Yeah, well, Paddy de Grandy's the one who's moved up to a wing and didn't go with Fraser Fort. Then he actually set up defensively behind the ball. But Fraser Fort, in his last 2 or 3 efforts from the wing, he's been influential. And obviously, he's kicked the goal and took some marks inside forward 50. So de Grandy's going to have to defend or be a defender in that situation when he's a winger. Obviously, he hasn't played the wing many times before, so he's going to have to just go with him.
Not quite. Well, I don't know whether I'm a massive fan of him being on the wing.
No.
Tap down in the middle.
2 units on the wing.
Callett, Madigan took on Buckley and then released a handball. Kick inside 50. Caldu with sticky mitts from the kick of Burke. And Caldu will have a chance to pull the margin to 12. Man on the mark, McComb stands about 45 from goal. Distance won't trouble Matty Caldu, but he's going to have to start it right, probably just on the behind side of the right-hand goal post to allow it with the breeze to come back. He's a beautiful kick of the footy usually. Very deliberate approach. The skipper, time to step up for Caldu. Got close to the man on the mark, gave it a good ride and threaded it. Goal of the afternoon contender from Caldu, and they're back within 12 points. Caldu with his second, South Barwon with their 8th. They're 8-9-57, trailing St Joseph's 9-15-69. And either way, Kirch, I reckon we're set up for a grandstand finish in this Anzac Day Clash 2024.
Absolutely we are. And you know, the marks they've taken in inside forward 50 in this quarter, and the shots they've had on goal all stem from the stoppages, all stem from that centre bounce clearance. They get it inside their forward 50 really quick. They get the defenders off the bit, and they get their opportunities, and that's where they're getting them at the moment, and they got themselves back into this game.
Just as we thought Joey's were going to pull away, they get back-to-back goals, and we're back to 12 points, Jace.
The middle, Callett gets it down, or slung off the football. Was Noble, was a throw. He got slung on the tackle, Noble. No wonder the ball spilt free. It's going to come back to Louis Antonac in the middle for St Joey's. Late stages of this third term. Antonac plays on across the cricket pitch area, goes with a right foot kick inside 50. Driver stands his ground, pushed off the football. Goff was there as well for South Barwon. At the back, Shepherd. Left foot kick around the corner is only as far as the Karate Kid. Buckley takes the mark, plays on quickly, 60 from goal. Puts it to the top of the square. De Grande. And off hands and through for one behind. So St Joseph's go to 9-16-70. Handy point, 8-9-57 South Barwon. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Caught in the habit of kicking long at the moment, Jace. Every entry inside their forward 50 is a long bomb, and it's easily defended by South Barwon at the moment.
Starkey trots into the right back pocket and then drives a kick to half back. Calladdy's target, but coming across Angus Humphrey takes a good mark for St Joey's. Left half forward. He'll be called to play on. He should be called to play on, and he is now, and he'll drive a kick back to the teeth of goal. Fort Scott back there to help out. Juggling attempt to mark De Grande. Paid, yes. He flew and he got higher than anybody else. De Grande, first touch on the ball, and then he completed it on the way down. And the umpire was comfortable that that was a mark and a chance for De Grande to go back and kick his third of the afternoon. The K-Rock MVP of last year, just to halt the momentum of South Barwon as we approach three-quarter time. Well, they have been long quarters. We've gone 27 minutes in this one so far. Joey's looking for their third of the quarter. South have kicked 4, and De Grande has got 3 for the afternoon, and St Joey's are back out by 19. They go to 10-16-76 on the third quarter. K-Rock Barwon Timber scoreboard, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. South Barwon are on 8-9-57 in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, 50 screens. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Matty Kershaw.
I suppose when I said they're bombing it long every opportunity they've got at the moment, if they can, forwards can take a mark in there. If they move the ball quick, it's okay to bomb it long, but when it's a slow play, when South Barwon get their numbers back, they've been able to defend it really easy and run it out. That occasion, they didn't have time to set up, and there was a mark to Grande.
Northern got it down in the middle, off the wing. Handball came from Owen. Boris the other way. His handball for South Barwon. Back, Burke gets a clearing kick for the Swans to Ford, who kept his width at half forward. Short little kick around the corner to Caldu. The Matheson medalist do well. Get it to Hughes. 35 and closing open. Goals. Goal! Swannies! Great work by South Barwon. Great movement of the football. And it followed, it was from the back end of the centre square. They moved it through a chain of hands. And when you get the Matheson medalists helping each other out, it's going to normally end the right way for South Barwon, and they were able to kick the goal. And again, a quick reply for South Barwon, and they closed the gap. And it's pinging between 13 and 19 points, the difference here at Drew Oval. Swannies get one back, St Joey's kicked one, and then it's goal for goal at the moment, the late stage of this third term.
Fraser Ford in bolt again, though, off that wing. The clearance, out to the wing, get the ball inside forward 50.
Northern won the tap down. Roving done by Hughes, who was dragged to ground, the goal kicker, and we'll get another stoppage. Can they find one more here, South? Get it to a single-figure game. Remarkable considering they trail by as much as 43 points. Back in the middle, tackle late on Owen, but St Joey's picked up by Middleton. Handball release. Kick of Kelly was smothered, but he got the deflection back, although his handball knocked down by Gow. Nice pick up. Boris went to ground, then gave a handball off. Kick around the corner. Jarray flirted with the boundary line. In fact, out on the full or touched off the boot. In fact, it was touched off the boot. Good result for South. Thought Owen had taken the mark, but the boundary umpire was on the spot in those bright orange boots that once it gets dark here later will be illuminated by. Northern and Callett to go at it, left half forward.
So throw in. Callett gets it down to the front. Gow puts a tackle on, ball spills free from the contest. And the umpire might have to come in and get a few players off there. Middleton's one of them. Northam at the bottom, the biggest of them. And he was hatching the ball there. That wasn't going anywhere. Quick throw up. Callett gets it down, roved by the Karate Kid. He goes with a right foot kick inside 50. Oh, De Grande came out. Yeah, I think he might have hurt a couple, including himself. And the ball comes towards the top of the 10-metre square. And the umpire has found a push in the back, I think, from Rowan Goff.
I reckon is that?
It's Pearce is down. Yeah, Pearce and De Grande is still in the back plate. So we'll keep an eye on them for St John of God. Meanwhile, Joel Edwards has got the football. He's got a push in the back and he'll have a set shot for goal from 3.5 metres out directly in front.
I think it got him high, Jace, on the way
right,
through.
High, right, okay. So that was the high tackle.
Well, as it looks like South Barwon have made a call on Sammy James too. He's got the tracksuit top on and he's looking very dejected on the bench.
Yeah, massive blow. Somebody's Matheson medal picks out the window again.
That's all he's worried about. He doesn't worry about actually. No, he
I'm worried about Sam. That's disappointing.
That's no good.
He's a good player, Sam.
He is very good. So Edwards comes in directly in front, kicks the goal. So as we said, it's been pinging between 13 and 19 points. And it is again 11-16, 82. St Joey's, South Barwon 9-9-63, Barwon Timber, K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
There was the big bomb in there again from that clearance. Buckley with that big torpedo in there. De Grande like a bowling ball skittled everyone out of the way, and a fortunate free kick to St Joseph's. But again, that's their method. They're wanting to get that ball in there long, quick, high, hard, fast, and give their forwards a chance. And if the ball hits the ground, then they can go to work. But yeah, they're going to have to probably hit up a couple, Jace. I don't think they can do that every time, but they are at the moment.
Entertaining third quarter, 9 goals kicked on the Barwon Timber scoreboard. The margin is 19 to the good of St Joseph's as we approach three-quarter time. They look to go forward here, South, but numbers with the Joeys. Little kick out of the pack around the corner was okay from Felix Henderson. Found Gow. There's a swan down in back play. Boris grabbing at a right ankle, I reckon. Keep an eye on that. That's not ideal. And inside forward 50, the kick is marked. I think it is Ethan Boris. Was right the first time. Then quickly playing on with a long ball is De Grande. Back with the flight. Aussie Humphrey tracking it but couldn't reel it in. And it's through for a minor score to Paddy De Grande. Ethan Boris, hopefully only a cramp or similar. South Barwon physio Ash Cannon quickly to him, although they're coming off now.
Towel.
And Ash has dropped his towel. So Fort will drive a long ball to half back with the margin at 20.
Ball goes out to there. Mark taken. Middle of the pack, Ben Callard, who's been Herculean today for South Barwon as the siren sounds for a three-quarter time, and it's St Joey's 11-17-83. They lead South Barwon 9-9-63.
The margin 20 points, 28 scoring shots to 18, but the game's still well and truly alive here at Drew Oval on a Thursday afternoon. Anzac stopping at every stoppage. We've had a couple of balls go over into the cemetery, but not lengthy breaks in play. If this happens in the middle of winter, so let's take 5 minutes off and it's 25 past 4 for a 2:10 bounce. This will finish in the dark in June.
Yeah. So do you think we should start at 2 if we're going to play by those rules type thing?
I actually think we either have to change how we stop the clock at this level, or we have to reduce the quarter length.
Yeah. Okay.
18 minutes.
Yep.
It's too. This is ridiculous. Like 4:30. This should be 4:15. The quarters were very long.
The lights will have to be on shortly.
Yeah.
We know it's going to get dark in the next 10 to 15. It'll drop really quick.
But see, the GDFL start at 2, but that's because they play shorter reserves. They only play 20s. As opposed to 23, so that gives them they save that 12 minutes there.
Did the Colts game play this morning?
There was a Colts game this morning, but we finished early because of the pre-game ceremony. The game actually could have bounced at about 5 past 2 once the ceremony was done. But of course, 2:15 was the time given. They are working with us a bit because they've told us that's the time, so we work to that as well. But surely we've got to look at. I don't know. I think we're just.
I think
the games are too long, and if we can bounce it to, I don't think reserve grade games have to be 23-minute quarters. They can be 20s, and
start the seniors at 2.
And you finished a little bit earlier. Yeah,
you're right. It looked like in the pre-game, St Joseph's were actually trying to find warm-up drills to do to peter out that last 10 minutes as well today. So, it's a good point you make, but I think 2 o'clock would be a reasonable start for sure.
Just because we've done it the same way all the time doesn't mean it's right. Birchie, down to you very quickly. Did you get any chance to get near on Watt?
Swing there at the start of that quarter, but you would have been pleased at the way the boys responded in that second part of the quarter.
Yeah, that seems to be the way football's played a bit nowadays, where teams get a bit of a run on, but when we apply pressure and restrict their loose players and easy movement, it comes back our way. So we did that pretty well for the first 50 minutes and then dropped off a bit. But full credit to them, they're a good team, and we're going to have our work cut out the last 30, 32 minutes. So.
And I heard you in there, you were getting a little bit vocal. Do you think you put a bit more into it, same things as the significance of the occasion and really wanting the boys to dig deep for this last 30 minutes?
I think any time you play football, it's significant. But Anzac Day has a special meaning. But I tried to avoid using any reference to that because we're lucky to be playing the game in a country that's free. So.
Thanks so much. Good luck for the last quarter.
Good work, Birchie. Final quarter underway. Thanks to Bossberger. Here's Jace's play has got underway.
Yeah, holding the ball has been given a guess. Harry Smith for St Joey's. So Doyle Madigan's going to take a free kick at the back end of the centre square. They're kicking to the northern end in this final term. Somebody just threw something out the corner of my eye. What was that, Kirsch?
That was a dog's ball.
Yeah, Rowan Goff has just piffed it back towards the boundary.
So Matty Caldo's taken the free kick. He got one chop across the arm. He goes wide to Fraser Fort. So still on centre wing on the outer side. Kicking to the cemetery end in this final term. He goes long with the kick. Webb over the back. Hamlin hanger. Oh, Luke Webb, as always, loves the big occasion, takes a great mark and switches the ball to Al Hickey in the opposite back pocket.
Webb got to be in contention for the Anzac Day medal this afternoon, along with Jack Buckley. Ben Callett's got to be thereabouts. Doyle Madigan's performance as Al Hickey kicks to half back. He's going to turn it over. Caldo dropped the mark though for South. Time to recover. Handball. Middleton. Starkey jammed it on his left boot. He's non-preferred. Went up the chimney underneath it. Clark. Buckley, I should say, couldn't take the mark. Knocked away by Humphrey to Buckley, who gave it to Northern. He gave it back to Buckley, tucks it under the arm, wants to burn away from Hughes, shared it at close quarters with Hickey. That's James under pressure, handball on the bounce. Gow had to wait for it, reefed it wide. Here's Buckley again, racking them up, and then a short kick is good, and he finds a teammate in Felix Henderson, who's got it with his left boot on the outer side.
Goes along centre wing, goes to Oscar Morrison, takes the mark, just forward to the centre for St Joseph's. Coming to the southern end, he goes inside 50 to 2-2 to Grandy, plucks it out in front of Rowan Goff, and well, we know he can take a mark, Paddy de Grandy, and they needed that. St Joseph's, there's a bit of pressure on them through the mid, but they got it forward quickly, and Paddy de Grandy in front of Goff stuck the big mitts up and took the mark. He's kicked 3 goals too this afternoon, Paddy de Grandy.
Make no mistake, that's a very difficult mark at the pace they're going at, that pressure you have on you. It's a very good mark.
So Paddy de Grandy, 40 out 45-degree angle, comes out a little bit, right foot kick, and goal umpire does not move. Great start for the Joeys, his fourth of the afternoon in this final term. They go to 12-17-89. They lead South Barwon 9-9-63, and that is on the Boss Burger final quarter K-Rock scoreboard.
4 goals in a game that sort of hasn't been overly dominant by any particular forward. That's a great effort, and you know, we're only a minute and a half in or 2 minutes in, so his day's not finished yet. They could probably do with a couple more once ball goes inside forward 50, but he's having a great game. Paddy de Grande, he's presented well, he's got himself up the ground, he's had a run on the wing, so he's been pretty influential.
Back in the middle, final quarter, thanks to Boss Burger, with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals. From the ball up, Callett is wrapped up by Northam, and we will get a ball up. Callett been a warrior all afternoon. Northern maybe winning that tap down. Callett lays a really good tackle, forces spillage. Umpire said play on. Hughes picked up that loose footy on the cricket pitch area. We got another stoppage and a ball up. And St Joey's with a 26-point buffer, and it might be enough as we approach 4 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sun now shining on Drew Oval. Callett the tap down, Gow the roving, a high ball to a one-on-one. Kelly played it well against James Hickey, fell off the pack. Bartlett, was he taken high? Good tackle by Hickey. He sure is a Bartlett on debut. Kicked a goal in that third quarter. He'll have a memory to cherish. Anzac Day debut, and kicking a goal will get a ball up. Still inside the centre square. JC can clear the area.
Callett and Northam. Callett, big thump down. Felix Henderson off the wing, high kick inside 50, Driver comes across, Goff there as well, both get a hand to it, falls to the front, Driver, driven into the ground, and the umpire will come in, ball it up at forward 50. Oh, we wax lyrical here, don't we? Hey? So a ball up 49.5 metres out from the St Joey's goal. Callett again, gets it down, through the middle, Hughes, for South Barwon to Madigan. Wobbly kick towards centre half forward. It goes Broughton, he can't take it. He leaves it behind. Humphrey put the tackle on. Broughton comes across to help out. The umpire will come in. Ball it up just inside the centre square at centre half forward for the Swans.
It's been solid down there, Gussie Humphrey, all day. Yep. Taking a couple of intercept marks. He's been pretty solid.
From the ball up, Northern will clear. A high ball drive. It might have been touched off the boot, so he had to play spoiler on Morrison. Morrison, though, picked up the loose footy, tried to take on Goff. That's holding the ball too long. Good tackle by Rowan Goff. Driver took the advantage. Short kick was okay for Hughes. Hughes has got it. Middle of Drew Oval. Turns and kicks quickly. Was that touched off the boot? Either way, no mark taken by Broughton. Joey's with numbers. Here's Buckley again. Oh, a little hit and spin. And handball away. That's best on ground effort there. Felix Henderson getting involved with Leonard, back to Buckley, couldn't get out of the tackle of Driver, gave a handball away and turned it over to Madigan. Maybe take the middle off him. Madigan in a one, give and go, Noble, kick around the corner, and it was okay, marked by O'Neill. There's a kick came from Burke, he goes low. Caldu asked a lot of him, diving down low. Mark not paid, we'll get a ball up. In fact, it was Broughton getting down low, and we'll get a ball up. Just inside 50, South in attack, desperately needing a goal.
So ball up to the side of the pack. And Henderson puts the tackle on straight away for St Joey's. It's up against Broughton. So still forward for the Swans. Northam getting down. Caldu got it down. Through the middle, Gow. O'Neill wraps him up in the tackle. The umpire will come in and ball it up again. So about 40 out from the South Barwon goal. And another ball up. Northam gets it down beautifully to Henderson. On the right foot, in fact, it was Harry Smith, got it down. Callett worked hard, got the ball back inside 50. Webb goes up, got punched away from him by his own teammate. Through for one behind DeRay, can't keep it in. That's a rush through, so they go to 9-10-64 now. South Barwon trail St Joey's 12-17-89, and that's on the Boss Burger K-Rock final quarter score. We're playing 7 minutes, and that's on the Barwon Foods time clock. Barwon Foods sell the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
Webb short to Buckley, just hasn't stopped moving all day. As Jack Buckley. He's been sweeping the leg all afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
To half back for Harry Smith. Who marks. Smith back from suspension. He and Northern both spending a week on the sidelines after bans from round 1 against St Albans. Send a kick wide, and it's well-weighted kick to James Hickey, who set the tone early for St Joey's in the midfield. First game of the season for him, for the multiple premiership player. Hickey Right half back, just drives it towards half forward, broadcast side. De Grande is target, spoiled by Goff. De Grande at the front of the pack, nearly took it cleanly. Chance for Northam trying to burst through. Good tackle. Goff trying his hardest to get the ball out. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Goff and Northam sharing smiles. He looks like a completely different Ollie Northam with that haircut.
Yeah. He's the same inside.
He looks human. Ball back to the Barwon, who got it and lost it. So Driver for the Swans can get around the corner, little left foot kick. A bit of a spear to Burke, but he couldn't get any further. Punched away. Tanner Owen there, and it's going to be a boundary throwing right on centre wing.
Well, the crowd's getting involved too, Jace. It's
a bit vocal, aren't they?
Yeah,
vocal. So throw in, short throw in. Northam nearly hits Boris in the head. Comes towards Noble. He got a kick away and got one high anyway as he was getting the kick away. So he'll take the free kick on centre wing for South Barwon.
Called to play on, drives a kick towards Ford or Caldu. Hamlin hanger contender. Gotta love it when your key forward's on the move like that, and Caldu takes a really nice mark. Long way from home though. This would take his best effort. He showed in the third quarter he's got a long kick in him. This maybe with the slight aid of a breeze, and to pull the margin back to 20 and to keep South Barwon alive, approaching 9 minutes played. Matty Caldu this afternoon has kicked 2, looking for a team high third and a 20-point margin. Gets close to the man on the mark, and in getting distance has pulled it badly into the left forward pocket. It's off hands and out of bounds. Not the worst result, not a long point, but getting a boundary throw in and a chance for a stoppage for South Barwon to maybe jag a goal.
You like to see the key move forwards, continually staying on the move.
Northam got it down front of the pack. Noble handball back to Urquhart. Oh, he had it kicked before he actually got it, and he lost it in the end. Got smothered. Noble came back to help him out. Left foot kick up the chimney towards the forward pocket. Oh, in the middle of the pack. That's a great mark running back, and that is Ollie Northam, who's got cramp. No wonder. I think he's had 3 minutes off the ground. That's about it. Morrison chopped him out for about 6 minutes, I reckon. That's about it. So Northam, in the back pocket. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. Middleton was there with Humphrey. There's Buckley, and Kaiser Sensei goes, oh no, that's not the right one. He goes out the back. Oh, good. Was that a mark to Leonard?
He gave it, but he gave it to Fraser Ford. No. He said, "Here, have that for a second."
Fraser Ford took it off him. Leonard took the mark.
Just let me steady myself.
That's it.
He'll take it at half back.
He will. Leonard. A high kick to half forward, not a great kick, and judging at best, Pearce for South Barwon as mark. Just grabbed at his right shoulder as he landed there. It's going to be a 50-metre penalty, I reckon. And it is, so the kick to the wing went looking for Fort. Leonard spoiled it, but Tom Pearce, who is favouring that, he's seriously favouring that right shoulder. They're going to be counting the cost of some injuries potentially. Thankfully, a 9-day break and not the other way around like last year where they played Newtown off a 5-day break and actually ran them to 4 points.
That's right.
Pearce with the footy, man on the mark. He can go with a little handball to Kelly. Kelly's just loitering with intent, but he ignores that, and Tom Pearce says, I'm going to take this on myself to try and kick my first goal at senior level for South Barwon. Instead, he just actually sets it up into the pocket. What's he got? Caldu on a lead. He had to play spoiler from behind, front of the pack. The clearing kick came from Leonard. Edwards couldn't mark. Well done by Edwards, though. A handball on the up. Angus Humphrey jammed it on the boot, a high spinning ball, and it'll be a foot race once it bounces, although Goff couldn't trap it. It falls back into the arms of Antonak. Antonak, a neat little kick into the pocket to Grandy. No, maybe held on to. Goff did okay, knocked it into the path of Driver, gone, dumped to Grandy and also Mullen.
Umpire.
De Grande wanted holding the ball. Paddy De Grande has been done for a free kick for dissent, and advantage has been paid, and Driver will take it, and the crowd is involved.
Oh, so he wins, and the ball comes back though to Gow. He gets a kick to De Grande. He might finish it off. Gives it to Antonak. Got one high as well. The umpire says play on. Antonak from 50. Loads it up. Right foot kick. That's the answer. Oh, he's missed it. Louis Antonak. Theatre.
Bit going on, Jason.
There's a bit going on. 1-2, Louis Antonak. 12, 18, 90 is St Joey's 9-9-63. That scoreboard's not right, I don't think. And we'll get that updated as Tom Pearce takes in the back pocket for the Swans.
Yeah, updated now, Jace.
12, 18, 90, 9-9-63. The score here at Drew Oval.
Bit going on in front of us as De Grande kicks it back inside 50, marking Mullen, no, kept it alive at the boundary line and then dumped by Dylan Starkey. Tom Pearce in a little bit of trouble with that right shoulder, slow to get to his feet. He's going to need all of the 9 days into Colac next week. That game live on krockfootball.live from 1 o'clock. De Grande with blood, Jack Driver pointing it out to the umpire. And we'll get a boundary throw in, and now it has been spotted. So Jack Driver playing blood inspector.
I reckon Jack should have concentrated on finding a player. He was running around on his own then for a minute at that stoppage.
So there's a bit going on here right now.
Here you go, Jack. Go and pick up a man. That'll help your team.
Oh, wowee. There's the whack.
No, well, he's too busy chasing the umpire, telling him about the blood, and his opponents are running around. Oh, he's yelling at the umpire.
Jeez, the umpires.
A bit of umpire to umpire dissent.
All right, so the two umpires just not on the same page for the moment. Now they are.
Paddy De Grande hadn't left the field yet, so.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't think there's much blood there, but enough for Jack Driver to notice. Ball back into play. Morrison, front position, won the double palm down to the front of the pack. It'll actually ricochet back to Morrison, but Driver had it stolen by Middleton in the end. Handball Boris on the half volley. Great take by O'Neill and release to Driver. Driver into the path of Fort. Al Hickey to shut him down, but not before a handball for Burke. He jammed it on the boot towards half forward and downfield. There'll be a free kick. Now there's a bit going on between Fort and Al Hickey. Kick towards forward 50. Broughton back with the flight has taken the mark. Al Hickey and Fort with a very respectful tap on the bum from Fraser Fort to Al Hickey.
I think they were both puffed to do anything else.
They're laying on each other.
Yeah. Stuffed is the technical term.
Correct.
So Johnny Broughton has got the football left half forward, and they need this goal. 14 and a half played, Barwon Foods final quarter time clock. He is kicked 2-2 this afternoon, Jonty. He comes in now, right foot kick, and I think trying to get the distance, he's pushed it to the far side. It's in fact still in play, is it? No, Noble sees it over, so no score and out of bounds. Right forward pocket for South Barwon.
They've had a lot of long shots at goal, probably in the second half, South Barwon.
So I'll throw in. It's going to be...
Done your votes yet, Kirsch, for the...
No, I'm
Anzac Day
actually
medal?
holding off on the votes and see if the Model Warrior senior coach can help me with the votes.
Oh, I see here Andy's young fella Josh, who had an unfortunate finger injury for St John of God. He's just there. Actually, he's having a chat with Dr. Joe Vagona, probably having a talking about
his finger.
About his finger. Probably the best course to go with the surgery.
The ball, Morrison gets it down. Buckley rides the bump, gets the kick away. High kick into the middle. Starkey stands his ground. Humphrey against him. Ball spills free. Antonak sits for him beautifully across half back, open forward line. Lewis to run onto it. Which way is it going to bounce? It bounces for him, but getting back there and doing well. Boris needs some hand. Goff was it. Handball to Starkey, still under pressure. Lewis, his handball towards the boundary line. Mullen, Fort comes at him. Oh, Humphrey pushed him out of the way. Comes to Mullen. He picks it up. Boris puts him on the canvas and the ball as well. And we're going to have a ball up right in front of the best seats of the house, thanks to APCO service stations.
And his old man right there with the camera too.
He actually done really well there, Ethan Boris, one-on-one with Hunter, because Hunter Lewis wanted it out the back and Boris stuck with him and put his body on and out-positioned him.
Umpire puts it into the air with tap down Callett, roving Driver, straight into a two-man tackle. He could have released there. Umpire didn't think he could. And Jack Driver, of course, you either love him or you intensely dislike him.
Well, the crowd dislike him, I think, at the moment, by the sounds of it.
Ball into the air again. Right half forward, best seats in the house, thanks to APCO service stations. Oscar Morrison did the ruck work. Then a handball. Mullen brought down by Shepherd. O'Neill, handball on the up. Boris jammed it on the boot. Did okay. Got it on the bounce. Noble's been outstanding this afternoon. Handball to Ford. Ford over the top. Received it from Bartlett. Did Noble. Noble on his left foot. Inside forward 50. The ball will roll. McComb will be the first one back there, tracking it back. Took it cleanly. Then a little shimmy on Urquhart. Handball to a man coming past in his captain Alex Hickey, but he lost it in the tackle. Quick snap around the corner. Urquhart bouncing ball has missed to the left. Through for a minor score. Last opportunity potentially gone there for the Swans. They are 9-10-64, trailing St Joseph's 12-18-90 on the final quarter. K-Rock Bossburger scoreboard with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals.
Webb kicks it in to Felix Henderson, who was going to kick it in, but he's made some ground, so he goes now wide with the ball towards centre wing, lining up the Joeys. Kick from Owen inside 50. It's a 2-on-1. The 2 is St Joey's if they can get it, but Starkey punched it back beautifully to Kelly for South Barwon. So Christ averted for the Swans. He goes to Hughes, back in board with the kick. Kelly O'Neill takes the mark right in the centre. Madigan runs past, left foot kick, really opened it up to Fort on the opposite side centre wing. He takes the mark, draws the player, handball to Boris, wants to get back, handball over the top in fact. He goes now to Burke, left foot kick inside 50, good passage of play for the Swans. Can they finish it off? Shepherd runs past it, he can't take it. DeRay, he's wrapped up, the umpire will come in and ball it up. 45 out from the South Barwon goal.
Really good one-on-one win by Dylan Starkey down here, and it set them up, and they're a little bit of a rebound into their forward half.
So ball up, Morrison. Works his way to the ruck contest. Burke was going to handball. He left foot kicked it around the corner in the end. Swan still with the numbers coming out the back off a step. Urquhart again, top of the square, and Ford in front. Did he get one high? The umpire said no. Buckley just runs away. Handball though. They got half tackled. Henderson's handball to Oscar Morrison through the hands to Antonak at half back. He rides the bump. He gets the handball free just in time. Mullen goes back 20 metres with the ball. Back to Morrison off a step towards half forward with the kick. It's a one-on-one. Starkey did really well against Hunter Lewis. Mullen got one high. Starkey will take the free kick at right half back for the Swans.
So we've lodged our votes for the Anzac Day best on ground, or some of us have. Still got mine and
come on.
Chases are in. Boris inside 50, kicked too much on it for Broughton. Out the back, cleaned up by Luke Webb, who's had some sort of afternoon. As we said, likes a big occasion. Close across the face of goal to Leonard, short to McComb, who's got it in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion, right back pocket. Hope you've enjoyed the call through krockfootball.live, wherever you're listening, or AFL Barwon TV. 12 18 90, plays 9 10 64. Kick to half back to Grandy with the one hand. Had it knocked away by Goff, front of the pack. There's a Swan brought to ground. Who is that at the bottom of all that? It's Jack Driver, who's won himself a free kick, in fact, for too high. What will Jack look to do here? He'll look to swing out and send the Swans into attack. It's a helicopter into the left forward pocket. Forward up he goes. Couldn't hang on to it. Front of the pack, clearing kick. O'Dwyer, Mullen, falconed off the head of Huggins. Fell for Harry Smith. De Grandy outside of the right boot. Foot race. Lewis and Starkey. Lewis will be first to the footy. Look to turn Starkey inside out. Starkey with a wonderful tackle. No, a sling tackle. Lewis didn't like it. Starkey and Lewis are at it. Mullen's involved. Push and shove. It'll be a free kick to Lewis. Goff got involved. Boris coming over to push Mullen out of the way. And it'll be a free kick to Hunter Lewis after all of that. So Hunter Lewis being told to have a shot and take his time here as we tick into time on in this final term for Bossburger, with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals. Hunter Lewis, last year's Rookie of the Year, coming back off a badly broken leg. He's going to swing out onto his left boot from 53 metres. Sends it to the top of the square. Wants to Grandy from behind. Juggle, mark. Not paid. Oh, he's stiff over the shorter Madigan, not to be paid that. It'll be a ball up 15 out from goal. And Paddy de Grandy's wondering where his Hamlin hanger's coming from.
It's 5v1-2 in that contest.
Hamlin Holmes, New Bannockburn display home now open.
Morrison got it down in the ruck contest. Big pack around the ball. Umpire's going to have to come in and do a bit more work. Only 15 out from goal for St Joey's.
Josh Conway will be getting vocal in the crowd, Jace.
Hey, what, the on-ballers are up and about.
Aren't they?
They've had a nice afternoon. So ball up again. Kellett gets it down, side of the pack from the contest. Oh, there's a sling tackle there. Umpire said play on. That's the payback.
Oh, if you duck, though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
He's dropped his knees straight away, Shepherd.
Free kick's going to come back to Shepherd. He's going to take it in the back pocket for the Swans. Just got to kick the ball and hurry up. They're 26 points down. They're not going to kick it from the back pocket. He goes around the corner. Dangerous kick. On the up, they get it. Now Middleton. Handball over the top. Burke off a step for South Barwon towards the middle of the ground. It's a 2-on-2. Who's the two that's going to win, though? That's the thing. Broughton comes across, or Humphrey on top of the football as well. The umpire's going to pay it, I think. He's going to let it go, though. O'Neill, a chain of handballs. Burke finished off again, left foot, forward now. He goes one-on-one with Leonard, who gets back there first. He can't pick it up, though. Urquhart sees him and the ball over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw-in the left forward pocket for South Barwon. They're 9-10-64. They trail St Joey's 12-18-90, and we've played 22 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock in this final term.
Ball back into play. Left forward pocket, Northern or Cemetery end. Shallow throw in, Northern won the double tap down only as far as Middleton. Handball. Noble's been outstanding. Noble has been outstanding and kicks a wonderful goal. Great snap from Tight in the left forward pocket. Lockie Noble pulls the margin back to 20, but she may be too late. 10-10-70 South Barwon. St Joseph's 12-18-90 in this final quarter of action. K-Rock Bossburger fourth term with locations in and around Geelong. Check their app for winning deals. He's been pretty good, Lockie Noble. He wouldn't actually been far out of the votes this afternoon for the Anzac Day medal.
Yeah, no, he's been terrific all day, and he's tried hard too. Like, even when they were sort of the chips were down, he was the one who was really working hard back defensively to try and help him out behind the ball, and he hasn't stopped trying all day, and it's good reward for him to finish off with that good goal. And it was a cracking goal too.
So back to the middle. 23 played. It is 5-5, and there's no lights on yet. It's a bit dark out here, a bit gloomy. Back in the middle for Callett. Gets it down against Northam. Madigan, left foot kick to half forward. Coming out and leading the race. Henderson towards centre wing. Leonard in front for St Joey's. Handball. The Swans get it back inside 50. Oh, Hamlet hanger, Luke Webb. And if you don't do it once, you do it twice or three times in a game. And Webby takes another one. Kicks it out wide. Just going to settle the play down now, I think, St Joey's, and take their time. Tanner Owen goes towards centre wing, but Driver chops the ball off at centre wing and takes the mark for South Barwon.
Based on how long these quarters have been, they might actually have a bit of time as Driver gives a handball off. Starkey with a long driving kick and a mark taken by Geray. Well, if he gets back quickly and kicks the goal, they'll get back to 14 points, and who knows at the 24-minute mark.
Oh, there could be still 10 minutes left, Kingy, from what we've seen so far today.
The quarters have all gone 32 plus through these opening three quarters.
Well, that gives us another 8, so anything's possible.
Sun is very much setting in the west. And Fraser Geray has a chance at kicking his first of the afternoon. Sends it on its way. He has pushed it across the face, unfortunately, through for a minor score. And that might be the last roll of the dice opportunity gone there for the Swans. They're 10-11-71. Joey's 12-18-90. And it looks like Joey's hold on South on Anzac Day is going to continue.
Webb into the back pocket to Mr Miyagi, who takes the mark. And he goes short with the kick to Zach Knights. All a pretty good game this afternoon at Knights. He's across to Webb. He's racking up the possessions in the stat sheet. Johnny Broughton stands the mark. He'll be called to play on shortly. Luke Webb was feigning to go across the goal. He was never going there. Goes along the line with the kick. Fought in front. Ollie Northam got the handball. Owen, he couldn't take it with him though. Northam wrapped up by Callett. Ball spills free. Kick from Noble. Back inside 50. Webb got a hand to it. Couldn't take it. He'll need some support. He might get it back. He does. He handballs it out. Urquhart was in the tackle and he couldn't get out. And we'll have another ball up about 40 metres out from the South Barwon goal. Ball up. Northam gets it down this time. And another pack develops. Ball not going anywhere, not coming out. And we'll have another ball up in South Barwon's forward 50.
Bill McCann gave us a medal for the leading goal kicker for South Barwon. Right now they've got 3 on 2, so I don't know what they're doing with that medal. We just need one of Jonty Broughton, Fraser Ford or Matty Caldu to kick another one just to break the tie.
Or we just give it to the boat we like the best. Is that what we do?
Caldu.
Oh, wow. Wow, we.
Back for the other two, isn't it?
Well, we had him on yesterday on Beyond the Boundary. It was simple. That was my reasoning.
We can't give it to Fraser. He's grumpy, so that's it.
Yeah, no, he's too grumpy.
Boundary throw-in. Callett couldn't take it. We like his game today. Chance here around the corner for Kelly, but coming up and marking is Webb. He's had some sort of afternoon. You would think him and Buckley are vying for the medal across the face of his defensive goal. And the clearing kick comes from O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer to half-back finds McLaughlin. He's turned into a real talent Max McLaughlin. You would have thought that if it wasn't for Hunter Lewis being Rookie of the Year last year, Max McLaughlin might have been the man. He's kicked there poor. He wanted DeGrande, but he's put it out in the full, and the free kick belongs to Rowan Goff, just forward of the wing. He sends it to half forward, and the mark taken by Broughton. We need to find Ford or Cal do another goal here. Broughton into the pocket, and the mark taken by Noble, who has fought his backside off this afternoon. Surely, along with Cal, the two best for the Swans. Tight in the right forward pocket, tough angle. He did kick a wonderful goal of the day at contender a little bit earlier. Trying to find one here to pull. This would pull the margin to 13 points. Who knows? 27 minutes played, but only the 2 goals kicked in this last term. Noble, tight angle, 35 out from goal, has missed to the right-hand side, through for a minor score, margin 18. 10-12-72 South Barwon. Joey's 12-18-90, final quarter, 27.5 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Barwon Foods, selling the freshest fish. Direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
Well, at least South Barwon haven't put the queue in the rack. I think Joey's have. But they're going to keep coming.
They've had enough.
They've had enough. They'll keep coming, though, South Barwon.
Macchio from fullback and kicks in. Oh, he's
50th possession.
Look at him. Hey, that headband's still red. Goes towards Morrison, who goes up and takes the mark at the back end of the centre square. Plays on quickly. Lead on from over the back by Gow. Boris gets back there first. McLaughlin worries him out of it. Boris there needs some support. Gow put his head over it, got the ball away. Goff, throw.
Yeah. Oh, one's paid one and one's paid another.
Oh, well, anyway, Swans get it.
One paid too high.
I think the throw was the right call.
Yeah, I think so too.
Kelly wide, and the umpire just calling.
Confusing.
Humphrey back. Blair Huggins short, and the Swans outside defensive 50.
There's been a few miraculous recoveries today. There's been groins, quads, everything, and they just get on.
Callett, handball, Starkey to the leading fort, missed him. And that is Siren. And the hold of St Joseph's over South Barwon on Anzac Day continues. That's 10 consecutive wins on April 25 for the men in red, gold and black. They led by as much as 43, and in the end, they win by 18. They held off a third quarter challenge, and they improved to 3-0. South Barwon now 2-1, and Joey's are our victors on Anzac Day 2024. An 18-point win for St Joseph's, and they will look now to a battle back here at Drew Oval in 9 days' time against their arch nemesis in Newtown and Chilwell, which throws up another entertaining clash between those two. Big win for the Joeys, 12-18-90. South Barwon, actually that's been adjusted to 10-13-73, so the margin actually 17 points this afternoon. So it's been quickly changed, in fact, so that scoreboard had been operating incorrectly and had thrown us under the bus as we get into this fifth quarter. Thanks to the Sandman Mattress Factory. Sleep better with the Sandman's locally made two-sided mattresses made to outlast any other. Birchie's got a job to go and do. Jace, you're going to take over here, and I'm going to try and do the on-ground stuff while Birchie goes and works out her presentation. So I'll leave it in your capable hands for the moment. I don't know where Kirsch has gone.
He's gone to see somebody about something. He's gone to the toilet. So St Joey's continue their hold on Anzac Day. 12-18-90 have defeated South Barwon 10-13-73 this afternoon. We might quickly go